playing games.
Give me something great. Give me something great.
I hope you know I like a chainsaw. A chainsaw. A motherfucking chainsaw. What?
Welcome to the Keno Casino Monday, August 17th, 2026.
Let's go.
And we've got quite the showdown for you here today. We got the quartering, the poop pants flag it cock in one corner versus the greatest entertainer of this generation, the Grift King, the boner pill god, Alex Jones. Let's go. It's Keno. It's going down tomorrow. It's going down. Jer's decided to throw down the gauntlet against a man who's just gonna him every which way. I don't know how Jer thinks he's gonna compete with Alex Jones. Alex Jones is gonna speak circles around this bum. Alex Jones has more charisma in his pinky finger than Jer has ever had in his body in his entire life. It's just leagues above. This is like a fucking professional Major League Baseball player playing a fucking junior high school team. This is the difference in level. Like
you know, Jared's gonna walk in there. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way.
That's
You're
exactly well. He already started to do it, didn't he?
Yeah.
He already started to back.
Wait till you see this, guys.
I don't want to do this, guys. Oh, I don't know. Like, I don't want your money, Alex.
I
Just
didn't say it
bending
like
over
that. I
and
didn't mean
displaying his anus for Alex to go in dry. But it's no surprise because he bent over and rolled over for the son.
Yes.
For Junior, and no diss on Rex, but there ain't nobody that's quite like his old man.
Of course, I'm sure he would say that too.
But Rex demolished Jer because Jer's whole thing was just admitting that he's not a serious commentator, that he has no idea what the he's talking about. He can't even find Iran on a map, but he's gonna like jump in and pipe up. It's like, just shut the up. Like, it's crazy that Jer jumps in on these things. And then the moment that the hand comes to smite him down, he just rolls over like a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, here's the attention you ordered. Actually, you know, I just want the cloud of getting to engage with you and touch the hem of your garment. I don't actually want that smoke. It's like, you are such a pathetic leech, bro. Is he not?
Nobody.
Because it's
bad.
All that he wants to do is leech himself. And that's the thing.
He acts
You
nice,
start
but
taking
then
all
he
these
gets
shots.
Yeah.
You take all these shots at Alex and his son over the last number of months. Then Alex just fires back just a little bit, starts pressing you back. And then you immediately cry that you're the victim. You're being persecuted. This is wrong. How could Alex do me this way? It's like, what the is wrong with you?
All right, chat, you're asking, so what's this argument about? Jerry's accusing Alex of using bots.
Well, he's trying to say that Alex has no actual fans.
What the
And it's
fuck?
like, have you tried looking in the mirror there, Jer? You
know?
like, listen, I'm sure the Twitter algorithm is felted and it's botted, but this is a problem all over the internet. It's not Alex's fault. You know what I mean? It's like, listen, are you going to take accountability for the fact the Rumble numbers are absolutely we can all tell, Jer, that you have no viewers. You have nobody in that chat whatsoever. Move super slow. Beyond that, there's no donations. Whereas Alex Jones, over the course of a quarter century, built a massive empire with so many fans. Like, it's just crazy to even say. Like, if you ask the average normal person on the street who Alex Jones is, they might actually know.
Mhm.
Whereas if you ask somebody who the Quartering is, nobody knows who the Quartering is. So for Quartering to sit here and grandstand that he has so many more fans than Alex, and Alex has bought it, and it's all fake, and he worships Palestine, and this and that. It's like, just take a seat. You know what I mean? Show some respect, Jer, because there ain't nobody who shills a product better than Alex Jones.
True,
Like,
actually.
Quartering tries to pretend, like, even the one thing that Quartering excels at, which is grifting, being a shameless bum, begging on his knees, please buy the product. Alex Jones, you gotta buy the boner pills against the globalists now. Buy the boner pills, buy the real alpha male, the real red pill, brain force. You gotta get the Thorod silver to protect yourself from the nuclear bomb blast, or your family's gonna die. As opposed to, hey guys, I have a really small company, the smallest coffee company in the world, but it's also guys, please, it would mean a lot to me if you would try the coffee today.
She
Like,
said that last week, remember?
Who do you think you're fooling?
Smallest
When
coffee
it comes
company
to like right-wing politics, he said it again on Friday. He said it again on Friday. When it comes to right-wing politics, like Alex Jones, the godfather of this game. When it comes to grifting, he's leaps and bounds above you. Like, what are you talking about, Jeremy? Like, you're just so outclassed, buddy. He's just outclassed in every way. If he shows up tomorrow, which I really doubt. I really doubt. It's a high noon, the showdown in Austin, Texas. Let's go on the Alex Jones network. I can't wait for this war. I can't wait because I'm really praying to God that Rex Jones just feeds Alex all the bullet points on all this shit. I got my fingers crossed now. I did it, Rex. If you can hear us now, please just have Alex
Rex
confront Jer about flagging the channel down.
It's not about this at all. The candidate at all.
Like, please. But listen, Rex didn't do that when it was his own show. So I doubt it's going to happen on the Father's show.
Obviously.
But listen, obviously Jer is going to get fucking felted once again. I like the prediction you have, I have, everybody has. Quartering's going to talk a big tough game. He's already crumbling. He's already walking it back. He's going to talk a big tough game until he gets there. He's going to immediately fold, concede everything, and then try and be like the exact same shit with Rex. Are you mad, bro? You mad, bro? And it's just going to be really lame. That's why nobody engages with this bomb. And honestly, Alex shouldn't have given him the time of day.
You know what Jared demands?
What does he demand now?
That Alex Jones must make coffee brand coffee the official sponsor.
What a delusional But why do you want some guy who apparently you say is anti-Semitic and an evil bigot against Israel? Why do you want that guy shilling your coffee then if he's such a bigot and an anti-Semite and he hates Israel? I remember when it was like 2 decades that Alex Jones was considered the biggest Zionist shill in the world.
Yes.
Because he wouldn't call out Israel. But now he's an anti-Semite because he has some questions about the Zionist lobby or whatever. Now, I haven't tuned into Alex's show on a regular basis, probably this decade, like it's probably since the 2020s began.
The Kanye episode we watched.
But yes, we watched that episode, but it's like, is his show really just about, like, he's just now and he's like, calling for a final solution? Like, I just find that hard to imagine that's actually the case.
I'm just kidding.
You know what I mean? It would be pretty entertaining if Alex just got fired up on his. He's like screaming. He's screaming about the Jews every day like a lunatic. Maybe he is, but I find it hard to believe, you know what I mean? But I don't know, that's going to be interesting. Melanie Mack is in the midst of a downward spiral where she's like wiggling her eyebrows. She's wiggling her eyebrows, uploading videos of her wiggling her eyebrows to prove that there's no Botox in there. But I don't know, Mel. I don't think you moved those eyebrows enough. I think you're gonna have to film another video for us to prove it. You know, I don't think you did it right, Grandma Mel.
I thought she doesn't bow down to the gossipers.
She's old. Oh, she bowed down to the gossipers real quick. You just have to find the sensitive spot, which it turns out was pretty obvious. It's basically like a glowing red orb that just goes felt me here, and it's that she's old. She's old. She's washed and disgusting. She's a haggard old grandma married to a gay man. And we're going to find that out today. Some of these images of Johnny Junkers, it's going to blow your mind if you didn't see them already.
I saw a couple.
The first image we're showing, which isn't even him dressed weird, is the gayest of all. It's his body language and it's his structure that lets you know that he's 100% and it's just sad to watch, you know. It's sad to watch the emasculation of this man.
Do we have the video where apparently she called him his head?
I have it. No, don't worry. That's what I'm saying. That's the sad to watch the emasculation of this homo.
But why is this
happening? He's basically become Melanie Mack's tag, where he's now her handbag, purse, or whatever. Like that's what's going on here, guys. She's going around trying. No wonder she's so obsessed with the homos for so long. She loves being around homos. She's around this Filipino homo all the live long day. My favorite part of this whole Melanie downfall arc was when somebody responded to her and goes, "Isn't your husband some sort of brown?" And she actually dignified that with her response and goes, "Filipino, heart, blushing face."
Oh,
and it's just like she doesn't even deny it. He is some form of brow. They're breaking her down. You know what I mean? And like we've kind of laid off of her, but when she decides to just insert herself into stuff and try and claim that we're radicalizing mentally ill people into terrorists, when every other day the Quartering Show is focused on the race war or fighting the Muslim invader or, you know, the grossest celebrity gossip about Perez Hilton's mental breakdown, or if it bleeds, it leads coverage of the celebrity that died today.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you don't have a place to talk about this. You're completely full of. It's like, Mel, are you going to take responsibility the next time a mosque gets shot up? The next time a gay nightclub gets shot up? You know what I mean? Are you going to sit there and go, "Oh my God, my rhetoric was so dangerous. I was dehumanizing people with slurs"? No, you're not. So shut the up. These guys have no problem with gossip, no problem with drama, no problem whatsoever with dialing in on the biggest inflammatory divides in society for their own profit. Damned be the consequences. But the moment it's them that's getting flack or getting criticized, then they go, "Oh my God, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?"
Every time.
And listen, guys, it turned out the whole time Quartering was manipulating this guy through his proxies. This mentally ill guy, we all knew it stunk because it's like, he's Facebook friends with this guy.
On day one, we were like, well, gay off, obviously.
This guy has apparently been threatening him for years on Facebook. It's always the same guy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It turns out it was 100% confirmed a gay op. And these guys that were grooming him into saying this stuff, they were in contact with Quartering the entire.
Like we said.
And they ended up snaking Jer because these guys thought that Jer was actually going to call the cops on this guy. But Jer, despite claiming again and again and again that he called the cops on this guy, didn't call the cops on this guy, and instead used his messages to promote his coffee company and bait for sympathy, when all he had to do was block the guy on Facebook and block the guy's emails. and call the cops.
Mhm.
But instead, he had to turn it into he's the victim online, everything's evil. Oh, and then by the way, the guy was successfully de-radicalized by Kiwi Farms.
Apparently,
Which goes to show you how twisted the Quartering's minions are. That the Kiwi Farm said, no, this is too far.
They're like, what
we
the
have
hell?
we have to de-radicalize this man. And so they did. They put him in a struggle session over there until he renounced his evil ways and said that he was going to stop messaging Jeremy and threatening Jeremy, and that he never actually wanted to hurt Jeremy, and he was just LARPing, and he was manipulated by Quartering's minions and blah, blah, blah.
Shocking.
But I mean, it's obvious.
Shocking.
We all knew. We all knew from day one what the was going on.
We were like, well, okay,
Because you guys are exposed. You guys are exposed over there. You guys, suffer Quartering, suffer Mel, and then Quartering like crashed out big time again on his show today. So you guys are gonna get to see it all today. We got DSP. DSP is rattled that his whales are giving us more money than him.
Yes.
This is a tough place for Phil to be. So he's making demands of 220. He's throwing down the gauntlet, saying that not only does 220 owe him $1,000 for being disloyal to him,
Wait, he said
so
that?
he'll play the marathon, yes.
No.
But that he'll now be tracking all of 220's donos to the Keno Casino going forward, and he'll be auditing him. And he wants to make at least $10 more than us every week in donos from this guy. And it's like, are you all right? He's like, unless you do this,
Ash,
I won't do the Desert Bus Marathon for you.
First of all, guys, I've been trying to push Ash to do the Desert Bus / Too Boldly Flee marathon. He's not down for it.
That's hell. We're not watching To Boldly Flee for 4 hours. Will you play Desert Bus?
Would that not be sick, guys? No.
No, buddy. No,
But
buddy.
this proves, though, that DSP, watch it the moment he's offline.
He immediately starts watching Keno Casino and he watches the donos, which is like the best possible advertisement he could do for us is that he sees every time you donate here and he's mad, especially if he thinks it should have been his money. Like when 220 donates or It's a Me Him or Rare Tricks or any of those crossover people. Phil's having a tough go. Phil crashed out at Duty again today.
No,
Did you see
What
this?
did Duty do?
Where he says that Duty is a bigger liar than him.
Okay.
Which in Phil's mind, the only way, like the worst sort of liar you could call somebody is worse than him. And it's like, I don't think this is the W that you think it is. You know, it's like some people will go, this guy's worse than him. It's a similar superlative
worse
to
than
say,
me.
this guy's a worse liar than DSP. Holy f- did he lie about his mother having cancer or being dead? Or is he like Johnny Fairplay? Somehow Phil's worse. Like,
Johnny Fairplay.
you know what I mean? Like somehow Phil is one of the worst liars that's ever walked the face of the earth. And no matter how dented you think Duty may be, I don't think he can give Phil a run for his money on being a better liar than Phil or a bigger liar than Phil, because I don't think anybody can. Does anybody come to mind as somebody who's more dishonest than Phil?
Jer.
Maybe, but they're basically like twin brothers at a certain point.
At this point, it's the same guy.
You know?
Ralph?
By the way, DSP, one of the greatest This Is How You Don't plays of all time, if you've never seen it,
Sunshine?
is Super Mario Sunshine.
So what happened there?
Where Phil has no idea how to play this game. Even still, even after he's played it before, he was stuck on, I think, the second play of Petey Piranha, because you fight him twice, for 30 minutes.
What?
Not knowing what to do. But it's not just that. It's just like even the simplest movements in the game, the simplest jumps, just the way he's moving around and traversing. You go, is this a 4-year-old? playing the game? Is this like an invalid? Is this an actual? We're watching play this, and it's like, sir, you're 45 years old, and you're playing Super Mario Sunshine in the Big 2-6 as your job.
Yeah.
You know,
That's crazy.
and then you're going to talk about how everybody else is a no life, no load loser who can't work a job. He goes on this crazy rant about the detractors because people are trolling Phil by pretending to not understand Phil's posts. So Phil is pretending that he doesn't know that they're pretending. Or maybe he really is just this much of a
No, I
dunce.
think he actually believes it because he's
I think he actually believes like
there
he's
was
butthurt.
vindication behind
Yeah,
that.
he's butthurt. He's angry that people are saying he wage quit the game when he didn't wage quit the game. And so in order to own those people, he's crashing out about it, giving them all the attention they want plus more.
Oh,
It's really something
that
to
works.
witness, man.
Uh-huh.
And then talking about how these people, they've been coddled their whole lives. They've been told they're special. They haven't had to work. And it's like, Phil, could you get a mirror? You know, could you like, he's like, somebody should have beat their ass and it would have changed the way that they do things. It's like, Phil, if Jaha had beat your ass, your life would have turned out much differently. Maybe you would have stopped being such a piece of shit, such a loser. You know what I mean?
Ash, you
Such
have
an
to hear
entitled,
this.
whiny baby.
So in our chat, Dren360 said this for a rage quit. I told Phil that I made 200K as a janitor and I had a hot wife, and he banned me.
Why? Why is Phil such a butthurt Billy? Like there's seriously there's no fun allowed over there in the Phil stream. Like ever. Ever.
Shit. Yo,
Oh
he's
my
fucking
God,
upset
man.
at, a bunch of donuts there. But what else?
Anyway, we got starving African children for 10,000 kicks.
We love
Say
starving
we're the
African
kids
children.
Jer Bear is supporting through his church. Please send help. He
you.
only donates us old bags of coffee. We got X in Wonderland. Says, if you guys ever get a chance to check it out, I made an 8-bit Mega Man style rendition of Weekend.
Oh,
Anyone feel free to use
send
it.
Where is it?
We got Drip Bob
Where was
Supreme
that?
Pants for a sub. Dank Frappa for 5 subs. It's at X_in_Wonderland on YouTube. We've got here Tape Ableton has subscribed. We've got Kino Kiwi Media, who was recently banned from Twitter
I saw.
by Quartering's goons reporting him. Scumbag. I think it was either MAGA or what is his name? Devin Diamond. These jabroni bums.
I know that is.
Anyway, because I need you both to stretch Jer's anus extra hard tonight, along with a fire hose to wipe off Mel's makeup for false flagging and killing my Twitter. Oh, we're going to be going in hard and dry for you tonight,
lube.
buddy.
No,
Guys, this compilation of Melanie Mack's changing appearance over the years is crazy.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind she's had some work done. Like 100%. She's getting into arguments with Brittany Venti about it, blocking Brittany Venti and crying her eyes out. By the way, she claims that Venti only goes after hot girls. But let's just think in our mind for 2
What?
seconds who Venti has gone after. Anissa? Pearl Davis? You know what I mean? Eliza Blue? Like, are we really dying on that hill, Mel, that these are like the sexiest women in the
No.
world? Chrissy Mayer? You know
Mel,
what I mean?
Mel, you're not all that. Like, I don't know what you think you are. You're not all that. Even when you were younger, you're like a fucking Midwest 6. Like, shut the fuck
You
up,
know,
bitch.
it's just
the fuck
crazy.
outta
Like, you've
here, you
caked
dumb
on
bitch.
your face.
You know what I mean?
You're
Get outta
not. You're
here.
not all that.
Calm
you
down.
know?
Calm
We
down.
got Jacobus Dingus says, I don't know where these 1,000 kicks from him came from, but I know where they're going. Suffrager. And we got Halen A. Barrow for 1,000
Let's
kicks.
go.
Says
Let's
Alex
go.
Jones has more talent in his felted hairline than Jer has in his entire being.
hairline.
Well, at least Alex had the dignity to just shave it off, and he rocks that and looks like a super villain. You know what I mean? Whereas Jer has to wear the psychopath of shame for all time. Then we've got PPP's Rusty Sheriff Badge. Says, you guys know damn well Jer's too bitch made to actually show. Ooh, he better show up, boy. He better take that paddle from Alex Jones. We got Drip Bob Supreme Pants. Says, if you had to be locked in a room for a week with either DSP or Jer, which bum would you choose? I don't know, because they both their pants and it stink to high heaven. I don't even know. Jer's so he'll take up most of the room, you know. So it's like a nightmare scenario. Can you imagine listening to either? Like, these Jer will shut the up, you know. But Phil will just keep yapping for 1,000 years. So I don't know. There's pros and cons. Melodramatic for 1,000 kicks. Still waiting for Andy's 15-minute slide whistle rendition of Ludwig von Beethoven's classical piece for Jerry's. Got OG Momar says Nick the Oreos chat nicknamed her the F-slur slinging flagger. Holy. We got Common Casino W says righteous year for Kino Casino, as Jer has been run into the ground. Now by Alex Jones. Legendary year. Good work, gentlemen. For Zach for a sub. A pile of dead D's for a sub. Nexium trafficking victim says, had to put a cat down Saturday, but your bit on Beardson being strapped to a gay black guy skydiving brightened me right up. Shuttle Killer says, how was your weekend? Oh, I'll get into it. Halen A. Barrow for 1,000 kicks says, I would pay good money to watch Ashton see that to boldly flee. We'll watch it at some point. Probably during Kinoing. Yes, all right.
We'll do all
Swallow Cost
Suburban
Survivor
Nights.
for a sub.
Suburban
Karnov
Nights.
89 for 1,000 kicks. Please send these kicks to DSP. I forget his channel name. We'll get right on that, bro. Nose Goblin for a sub. Good old Lady Rose. Poor Phil. The matchmaker puts him with much higher level players. So sad. A pile of dead D's for 5 subs. Pedro for a sub. XXVPXX for 5 subs. We got Quarter Floundering. Thoughts on Tectone coping about Drake getting with his ex-girlfriend? Y'all should cover him more. I saw. I didn't see him coping about it, but I learned that this bitch is somehow Tectone's ex, and I'm like, Drake, you gonna really get Tectone sloppy seconds, bro? Are you for fuck? No, really?
Yeah.
Sup with Drake?
Pikachu.
Holy fuck, that's tough, buddy. We got Ball for a sub.
Wait. Dude, did you see what she did? She took a picture of her and Drake and put an AI of her holding him on a leash and posted it after that whole thing. I'll have to find it.
She didn't.
Drake
That's not
felt it.
real.
Yes.
No. Well,
Drake felt it.
he already started barking for her, so it's a slippery.
Oh.
It's a slippery slope there, Drake. Drizzy's getting fucking pegged, buddy.
Sorry to interrupt with that, but
Suffle,
yeah.
Suffle Drizzy.
I'll find it.
All right, Phil's Floppy Bacon for 2 subs. Snack Bottle Gaming with a sub. John in the Red for 5 subs. Tartarian Ralphie says Jer started out as a replacement for iDubbbz just to ruin his career in a year because he couldn't take it. Jelly King for 5 subs. Starving African Children for 25 subs. Big Individual for 5 subs. Johnny Zoltard Pig Venice. We got Designated Subscriber for 25 subs. Woo! Jolie K for 5 subs. I have no Baldo, and I must re for 5 subs. Fuberid with a sub. Ching Chong Ping Pong for 10 subs.
Fuck you, DSP.
Pile of dead D's for 5 subs. Roland McDonald for 5 subs. Pseudo Brain, Fire in the Skies. Lock 452 says Jer used to worship the in Alex Jones' toilet. Now he's against him. What a two-faced bitch. Nate Diaz, poo on the stool, says, PPP, who wins in a fight, DSP or GSP? DSP's gonna get him, buddy. He's gonna lag out GSP, bro. We got Lambo, Zenostar Empire, Demon Psychiatrist, and Koffler, Brand Koffler, all for gifted subs. Let's get into the show!
And it's me, him, for 25
Now it's a me, him.
Holy-
Did you check that with Darkside Phil before you sent?
You know?
Hopefully you've already sent Phil the equivalent plus an additional 2 subs as he requested.
What a bitch. DSP, like, we don't donate to whoever you want. We don't care.
Let's just say
Yeah.
it's psychotic,
You're
like it's
fucking-
his
it's
money,
their
like
money,
he
you fucking
like he
retard.
owns these people and they're his slaves. Like
right? Like,
it's
oh my
just
God.
very twisted how how Jer Phil there operates.
But he'll open up the Dragon Ball Z card.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know those existed. You want to know why? Because nobody cares about Dragon Ball Z cards.
No.
No.
Kirkland Warrior for 5 subs.
Let's
And
go.
Nose Goblin says, from it'll pass by May to felted by Uncle Alex in August. Suffer, Jer.
Jeez.
Suffer. By the way, he's like lamenting that everybody hates him during that, isn't he?
Yes.
Like, what a babes.
You know
I
what he
don't
says, by the way?
understand why.
Let me quote him. He goes, he's jumping on the hate quartering bandwagon because it'll get him views. And I don't know why people hate me. That's exactly. We'll see. Like
Right.
I got,
like,
like,
Alex
so
needs to
much.
chase the cloud of Jeremy
Of us?
Hambley. Like
or
who is-
of us,
who-
like to jump
who is-
on this, like
who is buying this?
nobody.
You know what I mean? Like, that's delusional to think that. You know?
Alex obviously has way more viewers than us. Obviously, right?
You'd hope so.
If Alex doesn't have more viewers than us, then Alex just quit. No offense.
He's fallen off, bro. No, I'm pretty sure he's still doing very well for himself. You know what I mean?
think so too.
All right, we're getting into our Whoa Buddies. So we're checking out here in our first Whoa Buddy. A black person visits the suburbs for the first time.
Wow.
Let's take a look.
Okay, checking in on the black people.
Man, if they don't get me out this country ass town, man, what in the news?
The Noose Colony? Whoa!
Better run! Get out of there!
Get me the up out of here! Yeah, that's right! That's right, doggy! Ooh!
News count.
News motherfucking colony.
Okay.
They be colonizing and with them nooses.
That's actually really
Yeah, this is what fatigue means to them. You know, you just see these gated communities. That be where all the white kangs be living. They be keeping the whip hand over us and from the Noose Colony.
Oh.
Plantation Park.
Plantation Park? Well, maybe she's on to something, buddy. There's a whole park of plantations. Whoa!
That's like her returning home to Watermelon Court.
Oh no, buddy! Oh no!
Bitch, I'm on the sundown town.
Yeah, she drove into
She in the
Django Unchained.
sundown town. Yeah, she's on the Candyland plantation.
Cottonfield Village.
Cottonfield.
Okay, I think she's on. Actually, I think
She might
this-
actually be on to something at this point, bro.
Okay, that's actually fucking insane.
Village. Oh, hell no.
So the next area is N Town, right? Like it's just like
Hell nah, bro. It's racist around this bitch. What in the fuck is News River Parkway? They was hanging niggas and they was
Cottonfield
picking
town?
around here.
Oh, they was hanging them and making them pick cotton, Woski. My lordy, Woski.
Get me the fuck
What's
out of
next?
here.
Lynching Lane?
lynching. Yeah. I was like,
Oh, bitch. The slave home.
Okay, wait.
Not the houses. They got the houses. So you've
Yeah,
got
it
like the
is.
mass of the big house in the gated community, and then you're driving along down Cottonfield Road, and it's all the houses, buddy.
Homes. The homes, bitch. Oh, bitch, the slave home.
She's wild.
Point.
Okay, two
They got a
plantation, like
Then why is everything plantation and Cottonfield themed? Seems a little sussy. You know?
Hell no.
it's like when
Hell
Monopoly.
no!
It's like when Monopoly has one theme about something and every, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
But it's like
yeah,
this
yeah.
is like the slavery like theme. All right, that was
We got
amazing.
Philly NW for 5,000
And?
kicks. Says the only thing racist in Charleston is the stop sign. And Ernie Berkowitz says, any chance we
Thank
could
you.
get more Patrick Felting? Love the doc. Watch along. Me and Josh are going to do an episode on him at
Cool.
some point when Josh
Nice.
gets back from his sabbatical. So the gift says, two of my, well, I don't know how else to describe it. You know, he's got to apply some cream or something. I don't know. The gift, two of my coffee brand coffee parody Twitters got suspended, almost like some chronically online business owners flagging them. And we got the GIF. Two of my okay, and the Review Drop USA says, "Where is the Review Tech USA content? You Maple Leaf F slurs,
I got,
buddy. Are you gonna watch Review Tech for us, buddy? Listen, I can't bring it within myself to actually like download his stream and start.
I
clipping
actually
it.
tried this weekend and it was actually like the worst. It's not even, I don't know. And Jay is felting him. Did you see this? Jay was felting Review Tech again.
Good. Good. Okay, here we have the employee of the month. Got this guy here proving that black people not only can work, but excel in the workplace. He's the employee of the month
Get
for
outta
August.
here.
Let's take a look.
Sure.
Today,
Okay, this guy. Okay, hang on.
What do you mean, buddy? What's
Look at
wrong with
his
this guy?
eyes.
He looks like he's doing well. He's got a healthy glow about him, Worski.
This is
Look
the
at him.
blade of black people, isn't it?
Oh, stop it. Stop it, buddy. Give him a chance. He's employee of the month.
Okay.
the bosses pulled me in the office and said, somebody said I smell like alcohol on Friday.
On Friday.
Imagine believing that liar.
You know what I mean? This guy's never drank a day in his life. He's the picture of sobriety and good health.
Right.
He's good at it. He's good at his job. He's damn good at it, Andy.
Look at his eyes. Look directly into his eyes and tell me that
Yeah,
that's
try
not.
and tell me that guy's not sober.
You
Come
know
on.
what I mean,
Fuck
right?
off.
Someone said which one?
So as a judge, bish.
Thing. I said, who's the snitch?
Yes,
Yeah, that's
that's
how-
the most pressing question. Who the the snitch? I don't give no. I'm drinking on the job. Who cares? Who the the snitch? He the real coward. He the real criminal. We gonna go find this snitch and we gonna crush this rat. You feel me? You feel me, dog? I feel you. I feel bra.
His eyes like chameleon.
It's like, yeah, it is. I wasn't gonna say, but yeah, it is very reptile like. It's like fucking detached, like it's like on a swivel. You know, it's kind of fucked.
It's like
You
one of
know,
those
this
paintings
guy's
wherever
this
you
guy's
walk.
a fucking beauty, bro.
It's
Come
staring
on.
at you no matter where you
Yeah,
are. in the
yeah. No
room,
matter
right?
where you're at, drifts around.
Okay, oh,
He just pulls the handle of vodka in the employee bathroom. What a king! What a king! He's proven them wrong.
that's actually
He's
funny.
proven them wrong, bro.
That's actually the funniest thing I've ever seen.
This is what
Yeah.
I do.
This is what he does.
This is
Oh no, he's gonna light up a
Every
cigarette?
day. Every day in the employee
Okay,
bathroom. He got a malt liquor 40 ounce Old English. Yeah. He got that OE.
Buddy,
He got
that
crunk.
is actually
Buddy,
insane.
the straight OE chaser combo. I'd almost chase the OE with the vodka. Vodka.
Yeah,
You know, the vodka probably goes down smoother than that dirty old fucking malt liquor, buddy. Oh, man.
who's the fucking snitch at work?
The snitch
Why
at
do
work.
fucking people they smoke?
We might have to do a sticker of his fucking eye at some point. That
This
eye
one,
is
this one?
fucking. Well, which one do you think, buddy? Maybe it'll just be both
Both.
fucking eyes.
Yes, so you put
Both
them next to each
eyes
other. I'll
at
do it right
some
now.
point.
Hang on,
Who's
just,
now, guys?
guys,
Where's
we need
the
some-
support for the reptilian employee of the month
All right.
sticker?
So I'm gonna call this I1.
No,
okay.
Boniface, you're totally right. He needs to do IP2 drunk fire streams, fire sale streams.
Why
This
you-
guy probably make way more than he's fucking making at Domino's or God fucking knows what
Yeah.
he's doing.
He'd make
you
more
know?
than Blade for sure.
You know, you're gonna bother him about being drunk at work. What the fuck is wrong with these people? And like
Bums.
this, imagine being the snitch. Sir, this base dude is drinking on the jobs. So what? Is his performance bad? Bitch.
You know?
So what? Honestly, with this guy at a certain point, you prefer he show up drunk to show up like sober. His hands are shaking, sweating. He got delirium tremens, doesn't know where he is. It's better that he shows up with a bit of a buzz. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By the way, we got Ramsos 85 for 10 subs and 5150 home for the sick with 10 subs. Strike XX Freedom with a sub, and the Rice Patty Master with a sub as well.
Good.
Jirkoth of the Toxic Brood says, unrelated, but I will revolt if Happy Days is taken out of the intro. I don't care
Oh,
about
never
the
figure that
context.
out. That's it forever.
Don't even, like, you're the one speaking that evil into existence.
You know?
Okay? It's never being taken out, no matter how many people complain. Okay? Ever.
I1 and I2.
It's just like, this is like the Costco CEO when they said, like, we're going to get rid of the $1.50 hot dog.
or the
Somebody said
Cracker
we had to get
Barrel.
rid of,
Remember
of Happy
the logo?
Days.
The
I
logo?
would reach over to just stab that pay pig with a
Right?
fork
Get
that wants to
out.
get rid of the Costco, like $1.50 hot dog or the Happy Days song. Fuck you. It is what it is. It's here to stay.
Mhm.
All right, continuing on.
It's I1 and I2. Look at that, Ash. What do you think about that? It's so stupid.
It's twisted, buddy. It's twisted.
But I can't drink.
Bring it
Who's
back.
the
So
snitch?
he's saying these people be smoking at work, they be smoking weed, but I can't drink. You know what I mean? Like, what sort of a backwards, twisted world are we living in where it's socially acceptable to come to work high every day, but you can't get drunk?
Right?
You know, this country was built by guys who showed up to work drunk every day. You think the construction workers who constructed New York City from the fucking rubble to the skyscrapers weren't fucking wasted every single day while they were up there?
Blackout.
They absolutely fucking were. Okay.
Mhm.
So it's time to stop. We got to stand up for our functional alcoholics, really.
Also, he's black.
By the way,
so
Jer
being
shows up
blackout
every
makes
day
sense.
drunk. You know,
Yeah.
what's the problem? If Jer can show up drunk every day, so can this guy.
Mm-hmm.
People they smoke. But I can't drink. Who's the snitch? And the boss said, Elijah.
Oh, the boss snaked the snitch. The boss dropped a dime on the fucking snitch and told him it was Elijah. Elijah the snitch. So he's going to come and fucking crush
would the boss do
Elijah.
that?
Because the boss is a fucking king. The boss is a straight fucking G, a straight shooter. and he made a righteous decision, much like King Solomon. He came to the righteous choice, and that was to snake on the snitch like a king.
Get back to work.
Get back to work.
So the boss obviously is on this guy's side completely.
Yes,
He's like,
the boss is on his side. He's like, I know. Can you believe we got snitches in the workplace? It's not right.
What a
Workplace ain't safe, G. He got fucking snitches around here.
Elijah was fired, you know?
Suffer, Elijah.
I'm good at what I do.
He's good at
Get
what
back
he
to
does.
work.
What does he do? The drinking factory? Where you...
Yes. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, King.
Get back to work.
He probably is,
Told my
bro.
boss.
He's either a
Applebee's?
line cook or he's like a fucking janitor or something. And it's like, listen, as long as you're showing up to that fucking job and the boss likes you, there's no way you'll ever get fucking fired. You can do anything and you'll get away with it, you know?
Fuck out my face, nigga.
Suffer, Elijah.
Out my face.
Yo, my face, snitch, bitch. Imagine he's a surgeon.
Military.
Wait,
He's
what?
military? What? He's in the Marines.
I'm military. I was in the Navy.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service, Navy, bro. Okay. All right. Continuing along here. We got some hijinks in Atlanta. We
Wow,
got some
okay.
black middle finger emojis. Let's take a look.
Uh-oh.
Hey, I want to get the biggest you to this person driving their car in front of me, dog. That made me wait all my watermelon on the floor.
No! All his watermelon be on the floor, dog. That's not right. Come on, man. This is sickening stuff, man. I can't believe it. But he better get his fucking watermelon. Like, there's still like half a container you can salvage.
Quarter. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
What?
By the way, Whole Foods watermelon chopped up like that, it's like $10. It's,
It's worth it. It's worth it, buddy.
Oh, wait,
Black
fuck,
people be
what?
staying pole and shit. What?
Why the f in the brakes so hard? I'm in the big ass truck. I gotta stop and extra hard because your pussy. No way,
Is that English?
Watermelon cut. No
Is
way.
this a white guy
Oh,
pretending
my
to be black as
watermelon
a
cuz!
joke?
Cuz, my watermelon cuz!
Can't eat right now. I'm trying to do good. I bought a whole carton of motherfucking waters and shit. Trying to eat fruit
I
and
bought a
shit.
whole carton of Evian, the finest water.
He's got
I
on
got
his
my
lap.
water, I got my watermelon, and this he brake checked me. Watermelon go all over the ground.
Man, these pussy ass nigga, man, I'm finna go buy me a cigarette. Fuck this.
He finna get a cigarette. You know, it's
Oh,
like
a
time to
cigarette.
stop. His healthy girl era ended in an instant. Okay, here we're gonna get to the bottom of the AQ, the Apple question,
Okay.
the seed question, or whatever.
Whoa. All right.
They said the government was taking all the seeds out the fruit. So I said, let me cut this apple in half to
Hell
see
yes,
if it's fucking
she's
true.
examining her for herself. She ain't taking no narratives for as it is face value. She doing her own research. She investigating, Worski. Investigating. This is a Black Queen sister. Second coming of Sister Candace herself. Hallelujah.
You know who
Praise
did
be.
this? The Jews. It has to be,
Well,
right?
obviously.
Mhm.
Obviously.
Yep.
It's true. The government, you ain't and neither is you, Trump. What kind of
Trump, this be your fault, Trump. Trump be taking the seeds out the apples. Hell no, Trump. I ain't gonna take this no more from you, Trump. Piece of shit. First you thinking you can them cows, fine, well, it. You thinking you can get all the Mexicans out, fine, Trump. But you taking the seeds from my apple? You think, listen, Iran war, no problem. But you taking the seeds from the apples? What you mean? What you mean?
president tries to starve people who got him in fucking office? What kind of people are y'all to stop the farmers for growing nutrition that's
Okay.
The nutrition. They be growing the nutrition, Wowska.
good for you? Elon Musk and
Okay, Elon. now.
Elon Musk.
First Twitter, now the
Suffer.
apples.
Suffer Elon. Suffer Bish.
what's the other motherfucking name? Bill Gates.
Okay.
All y'all
Bill
motherfuckers ain't
Gates. You ain't Bill Gates. Elon Musk, you're the richest man on. That don't impress me much. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You ain't sh- You invented the computer or something, Bill Gates? You ain't sh-
not
You
Nancy
president of the United States? You ain't sh- Okay? The Black Queen has spoken.
in this apple. I'm scared to eat the bitch. I bit this piece. I said, bitch, I'm gonna take the seeds out so I can grow some Bitch, they dug the seeds out the fucking apples.
Dude, isn't it like,
When will the globalist control freak stop, Worski?
imagine opening the
What
apple
line
for the
won't
seeds?
they cross? We're in like Black Mirror, bro.
Black
We're
Mirror? More
This
like
is Black Mirror, yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're through the looking glass of the crack pipe, buddy. Okay, well, Donald Trump gave a response from the Oval Office on the Apple question. Let's take a look at Trump's response.
Okay.
कुल्फी VIP डोनाल्ड ट्रंप दी कुल्फी खोया पा के मक्खन पा के ए खोए वाली कुल्फी ब्रांड
All right, it's enough.
He's still going.
It's the Pakistani Donald Trump impersonator. I see his shit every fucking day. Okay, here we have the average American camping trip. Do Americans really? Let's
Okay.
take a look.
Here we go.
Or what? Or what?
Stole
You just
$70
assaulted-
from me.
$70 of what? I gave you $60 worth of methamphetamines the first time I met you. Hit me again. Trust me. Hit me again. Trust me. Trust me. I'm pressing charges. Trust me. I'm pressing charges. Trust me. I'm pressing charges.
This is bro. This is like a found footage horror movie at this point. You got some crackhead old lady with his stick chasing you. And then you got a Slender Man up in the fucking back. Holy shit.
Yeah, we see that, right?
Came after me.
No, I did
I
not.
took it because you're a...
Stop fucking
Whoa.
hitting me, you bum ass bitch. Hit me again, bitch. Hit me again, bitch. What's up, nigga? Get off my...
Okay.
Wow.
Do
They
Americans
were
really?
never seen again.
And they
found
you.
footage.
You know, these guys talking about like the bottom quartile holding society back. That was the bottom
That's it,
quartile
yeah.
in a video. Yeah. Those are the people that's stopping civilization from reaching the stars. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Okay. Next up here, we have the average American airport. Let's take a look.
Oh,
Waiting. There it is. There it is. Check it out.
It's the
So good.
Donald J. Trump
Donald J. Trump
International Airport.
Airport.
The
Is that
kids
real?
are so fired up. That's actually real.
Oh.
I had to look it up myself. It's like the airport in Palm Beach or Palm Bay, one of these places. It's actually real, buddy. Okay, let's
Speaking
take a
of,
look.
You know, the AQ. There we go.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm going to explain today how GPS actually works.
Okay.
As you know, we live on a flat Earth, so putting satellites
Yes.
in orbit is just not possible.
Makes no sense. Yeah.
So what they do is
So now this guy got debunked because how can he explain this? Next up, we have the Indian space program. Let's take a look at how India is doing in the quest to go to the moon. Yeah, let's go! No, sir, no!
The
We
Wrong
will get to
Brothers?
the moon 2035, India global superpower,
The
sir!
Jeep Brothers, right?
Oh my God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, we're checking in on Stacey Kennison. Let's take a look.
Gee, brother, this is so lowbrow.
The right SARS? Or like the wrong brothers, yeah.
Yeah.
Stacey Kennison, somebody needs to do something about my ex-boyfriend, Chris Keith.
So this is the thing. We all have exes, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
let's see how Stacey Kennison deals with her ex, okay?
All right, sounds good.
That he's Irish with me and my mom
Okay,
and
hold
dad.
on. What
every
does that
time.
mean? That he's Irish with her? Anybody have any guesses as to what that means? No?
He sticks a potato.
I'm
up
as
her ass.
lost as all of you. Maybe. There you go. Drunk? It could be.
Drunk?
Yeah.
Question mark.
The whores get caught trying to get the FBI to murder me and pick me up, or get caught with the police, other police trying to pick me up and call me crazy and murder me. You can't do that every single time with Jenny Mercer and Sandra Bullock and all those evil women. And then when they get caught, say that I'm Irish with my ex-boyfriend, Chris Keith. Okay? Because I can't be with him because he rapes and murders people. And he's a
Okay.
He rapes and murders people.
Chill.
But like he can't because he's Irish with her. What does that mean? That if you're Irish, you rape and kill people while drunk? Is that Suffolk Irish?
The Satanist, and he's victimized and sodomized my parents very badly. And
Whoa,
and Sandra
he's
Bullock
and sodomized her parents
badly.
Badly.
Is there a good way to, you know what I mean? Like, you know, is it always badly?
Holy, Stacey's on one today, buddy.
When isn't she?
Keith to people, and so does Meg Ryan. Meg Ryan has made Chris Keith supposedly.
Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan has the president. Can we hear this again?
Yeah.
My parents very badly, and Sandra Bullock tells Chris Keith to rape people, and so does Meg Ryan. Ryan has made Chris Keith supposedly rape the president's wives, and he's
the president's wives. Bombshell revelations: Donald Trump is a bigamist, currently married to multiple women. Not only has Melania been raped by this man, but his other wives as well.
Okay.
Somebody needs to stop Sandra Bullock and Meg Ryan from this evil witchcraft that they're doing to the president's wives.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has to intervene.
Please, somebody help them.
Out there, anyone.
My parents and his wives, and they made him my parents, and they make him all kinds of people.
This Chris Keys guy needs to be put under lock.
Somebody needs to stop this Chris Keys guy. They need to lock him up and throw away the key.
Well,
there we go.
Really highbrow today, huh?
Northkey. Oh yeah, this is a real intellectual program, bitch. Let's get some subs to the wall, buddies. All right, we got a few more here. So this is another instance of, are white people okay? So what you're about to witness, more so are white women okay? Although I've been going down a rabbit hole on this, like the Vosh pill these are on, okay? This costs $10,000 to do.
What?
I'm not kidding. This treatment, this therapy costs $10,000 to do. There's like dozens of videos of this, like men and women getting the horse therapy. Okay. So let's have a look. By the way, we got Reverse Hollow Charmander for 10 subs.
Let's go.
And 5150 home for the six says for 5,000 kicks says enjoyed the DSP Gears of War segment. That F-Slur better buy gears day one to continue the feltoning. We'll read the rest here in a second.
All right, let's do it. Thank you for the big drops there.
My horse just diagnosed exactly what he needed to heal. Licking and chewing, he's processing. A yawn, deep release. A sigh, letting go.
This can't be
when he
real,
reaches
is
for you
it?
with his nose, he's
It
got to
is.
exactly where healing is needed. Backing
That's
up
where
his
the healing's
grounding,
needed.
Touching your crown eases an overactive mind. Closed eyes means he's fully with you. This is Healing Horse Medicine.
What happens
Okay,
at
now
night?
there's people out there who's like, oh, this is AI, this is fake. No, it's not. There's hundreds of videos of this horse healing
I believe
place.
it. I believe it.
And I'm going to show you guys more and more of the horse healing as the days and weeks go on.
I'm not surprised.
Okay.
I'm not surprised at all.
So here we have the Pride Parade in Vancouver, Canada.
Oh, sorry.
But there's one group that's making a brave stand at the Pride Parade.
Okay.
And it's the Jews. Let's take a look.
Let's go.
We've got the Jewish Federation of BC. Jewish Federation of British Columbia.
One person going, woo! It says you don't have to be Jewish to stand with Jews. Now, for those of you who haven't been following the Pride Parade discourse in Canada as closely as the casino, for whatever reason, what's been happening is the Pride Parades keep getting canceled because Palestinians are protesting them. So the Palestinians, I'm not kidding, the Palestinians showed up to, I think, the one in Ottawa last year or this year, and they just blockaded the road, all these Palestinians, and wouldn't let the Pride Parade happen because they said that something needs to be done about Israel. So now the Jews are mobilizing in the Pride Parade to stand up for Israel. This is a new Gabe Hoffman initiative. Take a look.
If you look closely through this tinted glass, Gabe Hoffman is driving
You can see, well, come on, he wouldn't be driving it. He hired the guy that's driving it.
True.
Mr. Hoffman doesn't drive himself.
Oh,
he gets chauffeured.
Gabe. There he is.
There he is. Wow. That's no, this guy's too tall to be Gabe. Come on. Suffocate.
Message that diversity includes Jews. Their hope is that one day
diversity includes Jews. Bro, look at this. Look at this shit, bro. Look at my chosen people, dog. Look at my chosen people. And
that's wild.
Gabe, you gotta wrangle this, bro. What sort of psyop are we on, buddy?
Ash, LGBTQ, Jews, Gabe.
Listen, we love Israel and we love the Jews, but must we also love the gay Israel gay Jews? Must we, Gabe? Listen here, if you want your $7,000, you better whatever I say. Okay.
A member of the Jewish LGBTQ plus community will
more like the LJBQ, huh?
Oh, there you go, buddy. Okay, so we have actually one more image of this. So
I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
You nailed it, buddy.
I don't know.
All right, so here we are.
Go ahead.
Oh, actually, you know what? Is part 2 in here, or is this Janjit Singh? Maybe part 2 wasn't actually uploaded.
Oh.
Don't worry, doesn't matter. All right, so we're checking in on Janjit Singh. Now, for those of you who don't know Janjit Singh is a white Canadian construction worker who was reduced from full-time hours to part-time hours because, in his words, the Indians took his job. They took his hours.
I love this guy.
So Janjit Singh has snapped. He's put a turban on his head. He's actually learned Punjabi. Like, he's learned a bunch of the Indian languages and phrases, and he has like ways to control them by using their religion against them. So like he'll go up and like get free food off of them and stuff like this, or get them to put his turban on. Here, Janjit Singh has invaded the Vancouver Costco.
Wow.
So let's have a look.
Okay.
Oh, Costco.
Oh, it's fun. Costco. We love Costco. He's doing the holy spiritual Costco chant, buddy. Buddy, Vancouver looks like shit, bro.
Costco.
No, buddy.
It's so like the way he's saying it is just somehow so racist, you know. Oh, Costco.
Costco.
I can't even do it. Oh,
no, there's nothing wrong with what he's doing, bro. This is love and admiration for the Indian people.
He's the Jeet whisperer.
He is. He's blessing the Costco with the Hindu holy words, buddy.
This is where we go to say.
So they're trying to kick him out of the Costco. The guy's like, this is not allowed at Costco. But he's just completely ignoring him and just continuing the bit.
Costco. This is where we go to save money. This is where we go to save honey. Costco.
Absolutely felted that guy. The guy had no response.
Yes, is completely. Well, what are you gonna do as like a wagey at Costco? Like, you know, like you don't get paid enough to deal with this. Like, what are you even gonna do, bro?
Oh, we go to Costco. If you're watching
next year, we got to do a documentary on this guy.
We might, but I got some guy here in chat like spamming that he's a like. Is he for Indians or like what happened? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Watching the World Cup. If you're hungry, come to the Vancouver Costco. Vancouver Costco. Vancouver Costco.
Vancouver Costco.
Vancouver Costco. John Singh, I'm here at Vancouver Costco.
Did the employee give up?
He gave up, bro. There was nothing he could do to stop this man's aura and swag. He couldn't derail this Kino train.
And if you want to save some money, guys, World Cup fans, come here to Vancouver Costco. The hot dog is only $1.50. Yes.
Hot dog only $1.50. This is Canadian dollar 50 cents.
This guy's so funny.
Canadian money. So if you're American, then the hot dog is 95 cents.
What a value!
Then you have a chicken $7.99. French fry.
He's like the town crier of the Costco food court. And so French fry only $3.49. Hear ye. Chicken strip $7.99. Hear ye. Gunda kanda.
Gonna die.
French fries. But
whoa, okay, buddy, look at these guys' faces when he zooms out. Look at everybody, bro. Everybody's looking at him like, what the f are we witnessing? Look at those guys. And then you got like the old lady over on the left-hand side of the frame. She's just like, she's covering her nose because she thinks a real Indian's approaching, you know? It's crazy.
Stop.
But it's okay. Special for John.
Wait, look at this guy. Hang on, wait.
It's
Let me
okay.
go back. Wait. First of all.
Ridiculous. Why is everyone Asian or black? You know, what the is going on, man?
It's like a movie poster, these three. Is it like, you know?
No, it really is.
Special for John Singh. Special for John Singh. $2.59 pizza slice and $12.99.
Ignores everybody. Look at this guy, bro. This guy's a superhero, bro. You can tell this guy's seething in his heart in his old Dutch potato chip hat. Holy man.
16-inch.
Bro,
16-inch
that guy, he got buck broken. He's like trying to work up the courage to say something, you can tell. But he knows that he's just an old boomer who's going to get maxed out. So he's not going to say shit.
This is the funniest John G. So, like today, I think.
He's mogged, bro. That old boomer in the old Dutch cap. He's mogged right now, bro.
Who wears an old Dutch hat? What the
Why Guruji ka Khalsa?
Look, he's so happy and so joyous as he spreads this message. He fucking arches his ridiculous.
His aura is so powerful.
Is it a sticker? You guys want the sticker?
Waheguru Jivate. Everybody, come to Costco, and we will get you a good deal.
Is this Costco under a highway? The fuck
I
is going?
think so.
What the?
I think
is
so.
it? That's crazy.
Waheguru. Waheguru.
It's like Cyberpunk.
I've never seen like an outdoor Costco food court. It is like Cyberpunk is like Canada,
It
really.
literally reminds me of like Cyberpunk.
I really
What the
think that
fuck?
Canada, like honestly, if you want to see what the future of America looks like, you go to Toronto or you go to London, like
Buddy.
England, and that's what it is. Like it's like a
crazy.
dark dystopian future. It's like in 20 years, everywhere is going to be that.
Yeah.
You know,
No, it's
we
crazy.
got dramatic discussion for 10 subs.
Big support. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I am just doing some content. A little bit content. Yeah, just a little bit. Not too much.
Just a little bit, son.
Yeah.
No,
Just a little bit.
content. Oh my god.
Yeah, okay.
This dismisses him completely. What are you gonna do?
Is he gonna scream?
Now he's standing above, like perched over them like Batman. Like this is like in Arkham City or whatever.
Yeah, when you're on the
When you're
gargoyle.
yeah, and you're about to dive down to take them out. This is the John Jeet Singh POV.
Oh my god. Did he do some sort of like hand signal? You know what I mean? He's like, oh,
It's like a special signal, or you shout a phrase, and they're like, "Yes."
Okay, they're still going.
Oh my god!
Now they're uncomfortable. Now they're like, please God.
But they got the ponchos flying, even though they're under an overpass.
You know,
like no one else has got a rain jacket or a poncho. Where did they even get these ponchos?
I think
And then
garbage
the other
bags, bro.
one buddy has tucked his turban into the poncho, and the other guy has left his turban out of the poncho because you'd think it's like to protect the holy turban or whatever. But one guy's not even bothered. You know, I find that baffling. Calls it a wind turbine. Oh my god.
They're sick of him being filmed, right?
They're like, okay, we get it, we get it. Yeah, Armchair Doomer, he is probably going to get stabbed or arrested. I've already seen on Reddit the Sikh community is forming against him, trying to get him arrested and stuff, so.
What's this?
Whoa.
Like it is cyberpunk looking.
It really is. Okay, moving along here. We have, oh wait, skip this one. It was out of order.
Oh, good. Oh, this guy, our boy.
So we saw this guy earlier. This guy is in love with a blow-up doll with Jennifer Aniston's face attached to it.
Okay.
Now, if we go to the next video, we're going to see the continuing exploits of this man, where he's now introduced his mother, his elderly mother, to his wife, the Jennifer Aniston blow-up doll. Let's take a look.
Okay.
All right, we got Jen out meeting my mom over tacos and house margarita.
You can tell the mom is really concerned and has no idea what's happening.
Scared.
Bruh.
Buddy, that's fear right there, is it not?
Suffer, mom.
Well, look at Jen. She looks nice. Like, you know, she's having a nice
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you think? Mom, what do you think?
I've just been to a beautiful birthday party.
No, about
She's trying to get out of it. She's like, oh, this is a beautiful birthday party with my son. No, what do you think about my blow-up doll wife, Ma? She's looking at me, please, son, don't do this shit to me. Please, son.
About Jen. About her.
You mean the blow up
All right, we'll
doll,
see how
son?
good. You see how good my afternoon's going.
What did he mean by this? What did he mean by this? Oh, I
All
saw.
right.
Oh, this is disgusting.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
This is fucking grimy shit, buddy. This is
insane.
bitch.
What's up, you sucking? Your dad texted me and told me you cummed without my permission. Looks like you're gonna have to go to the pit and spread your hole.
Pit? Whoa, buddy! Not the pit. Oh no!
Until mommy gets there with the
Yeah,
screwdriver.
this is Scarlett in 20 years.
Make
If she's
sick.
the screwdriver.
Yes.
Man, there's people that are gooning to that.
Oh.
What a twist. What a twisted timeline. Okay, so now we're taking a look at the continued adventures of Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry. So right now we're looking at a man who's destroyed Canada for over a decade. He got away with it completely. And now he's Katy Perry. And he just doesn't give a shit. But this is some of the cringiest stuff I've ever seen in my life. Let's take a look.
Alrighty.
I can give you to color me.
So he's in the middle of a hardware store dancing with a plunger. Katy Perry has gone incognito mode with sunglasses and hat as they're dancing to Justo's son's rap beats, buddy. Buddy, can there ever be justice? Like, this is the quirky millennial final boss,
You know what they
isn't
remind
it?
me of? They remind me of Ian and Anissa a little bit.
I know, it's the same sort of energy, isn't it? Just the cringiest, worst people you fucking know, man. And that guy is over 50 years old. Now here, Trudeau was at the concert the other night.
Oh.
And guess what he was spotted with, buddy? Now, if you remember, in this country, we're no longer allowed to have plastic straws because of this piece of shit. Buddy, we're not allowed like plastic containers to drink out of. Everything has to be paper now. No more single-use plastics. But here we have Captain Planet, Captain Carbon Tax Justo caught in 360p with a plastic cup in his hand.
Oh my God.
Look at him. Look at how smug this piece of shit is, man.
Look at him.
I hate this smart man.
He looks so gay.
Buddy, the plastic straws have ruined my life. I've had to smuggle in 500 contraband plastic straws to keep in my car.
Yeah, no, I straight up just use that too. I have one there for you real quick.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We'll do it after. We'll do it on the Redux.
Alrighty, let's get into the quartering segment,
Guys,
everybody.
strap in.
For the first time, we're actually starting off with Johnny Junkers and Mel. Okay, now Johnny Junkers is Mel's Filipino midlife crisis husband. Now, he's previously divorced, and the word on the street was he got divorced from his wife for cheating on her with a man. That's what people say.
Allegedly,
And the
in our
rumors
opinion.
swirl that Melanie's husband cheated on her with a man, and that's why she hates gay people so much. But nobody's ever been able to confirm that, and all sources are to the contrary on that. However, Johnny Junkers is no doubt gay. He's a just look at this photo. Like, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'll present to you
that
here.
him too?
That's him on the left. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'll present to you Exhibit A that proves beyond any reasonable doubt that the defendant, Johnny Junkers, is a homosexual. He lacks stuff in his bum. Now, I may just be a simple country lawyer, but even I can see, I don't know all these city slick and big town lawyer terms of the homosexuals and the way that they live their lives. But even I, Your Honor, can see with my 2 eyes that God bless me with, that if you make that expression with your hand tilted like that, wearing those clothes, you're nothing but a fudge packer, but a homo, but a sucker. Look at him.
That is actually...
I'm sorry. Like, the other photos are more graphic and explicit in how gay they are, but that body language is the body language of a homosexual. This is the rhythm of the night. We are witnessing. This is the rhythm of the night. Johnny sucking. He's sassy. He's effeminate. He's gay. Am I wrong, though?
No, you're
like,
right.
In all seriousness, chat, press 1 if you think Johnny's gay. Press 2 if this is how a straight man poses. It's an ocean of ones, tsunami of ones, deluge of ones. It's all ones. I don't even see even 1, 2.
Can we talk about the costume that he
normally
made?
there's 2s. Normally there's contrarianism out there.
But Ash.
But this time everybody knows he's gay.
I think you're missing not only the pose. Look at the costume he made for the guy.
I know. What is that?
A gay
What
costume?
sort of... It's some
Question
sort
mark?
of gay furry dragon, buddy. You gotta wonder what sort of that Johnny and Mel are getting up to. Now, I know for a fact Johnny's never in the mood to Mel, but whenever it's Pegging Thursdays, Johnny gets real fired up for that. Johnny's always down on Pegging Thursdays, but every other day of the week when he's supposed to fill Mel up, he's got a headache or something. That's my prediction for what's happening here with old John. Okay, so let's have a look at the next exhibit, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Hang on.
I'll present this piece of evidence right here that Johnny Junkers is a homosexual. Now, like, is that not or what, buddy? That's so gay. They both got eyeliner on. They're both shirtless, arm in arm with each other, with compression shorts on, showing their outlines for Bri. Come on! He likes men! He's a flamer!
Right? Is he on the right or left?
I think he's on the left, bro. But honestly, nobody can tell the difference between these sort of island Asians. You know what I mean?
And look at... Okay, never mind. I'm not... That's actually gay what I was about to say. All right, let's continue.
They're out gay. Look at this shit. They're holding hands. Look, it's one thing to put your arm around your bro in a bro hug fashion. It's another thing to hold your bro's hand and longingly stare into his eyes.
They've sucked each other off.
Come on,
Literally,
buddy.
there's no
Come
way.
on. Their hands are conveniently placed to hide how bricked up they fucking are, buddy. Look at this shit. Johnny, you're gay. Look at this now, bro. I'm sorry. There's no way to deny it. Look at this. They may as well have been caught in Gomorrah at a foam party in a gay bathhouse. Like, might be less gay than what I'm looking at. Like, who, like, as a grown-ass man is gonna get down and hold another man's feet for him to do shirtless sit-ups? Well, the other guy looks longingly into the other man's eyes. Just totally suspect and gay with guy liner on. This is gay now. Like, it's time for Johnny to repent of his gayness, Mel. Holy shit. Look at, he's getting fed a cookie by a blue-faced. Look at this bitch. Look at this bitch. There's Mel's reaction to seeing her husband exposed for all and sundry to see he's a fag. Holy shit, buddy. Look at this. Look at how many shirtless Asian twinks can you fit into one room. So, Junkers cosplay seems the majority of Karuku's cosplayers are in fact cross players. And some people have in fact thought we were girls. Oh no! Melody Mac, no! Well, surprise! It's a surprise there, dudes. Okay, now here we have
What the
Johnny
fuck was
Junker's
that?
transformation from to tag is complete here. Let's have a look. He's now just become an accessory for Melanie Mac. This is so emasculating. And John tries to present, oh, I'm this big alpha man. Oh, I'm going to fight people with my kung fu. Oh, Bruce Lee. Oh, kung fu. Wacho. Kung fu karate. Wacha. This is what he does, right? I'm a tough guy. Oh, I was in the Navy. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm military veteran style. Kung fu. But when push comes to shove, he's nothing but another TikTok boy. He's nothing but an accessory for his dirty white trash e-girl wife.
By the way, I sent you a little update.
Buddy.
You want to check out that update I sent you?
Oh no! He's getting exposed by Luther once again. So, Jer, maybe you should stop flagging Luther, Jer. Maybe you should stop. All right, let's take a look here. He's just a mere little TikTok boy.
This is crazy when I saw this.
Oh no, I lost my purse! Oh, never mind. It's right here.
He's nothing but an accessory for a woman. He's nothing but an accessory for a woman. It's tough. Suffer jobless Johnny Junkers, bitch. Suffer, bitch. Buddy, his hairline's cooked, no? Like, look how far it's fucking receded.
He's not having fun.
Bro, he's not having fun. He's nothing but a little gay TikTok boy. Oh, but my kung fu. I fuck you up with kung fu action. Kung fu fighter. Bruce Lee, Game of Death 2. Oh, Jackie Chan. Oh, chicken fried rice. Oh, with the waffle. Oh, Filipino. Oh, Master Race. Oh, Manny Pacquiao. 1-2 combo. Ho, ho. Okay. So, times are tough for Johnny Junkers, the homo, and Melonless Mac. People are pressing Mel about her lies. Mel's had some work done in her past, and she's desperately trying to cover it up. But remember, guys, she's totally unbothered by the internet. She doesn't engage with the trolls and the gossipers and the demonic entities who are lying on her name because she's flourishing in her lane at the gym. Her and John are at the gym. They're doing some kung fu fighting. Apparently, every day, they're at the gym. Oh, chopstick fire. Oh, Miss Mac. Oh, inserts a peg in my ass, Miss Mac. Oh, anyway. Oh, dirty bum hole. Oh, painful. Anyway,
China.
Oh no, ping pong, ching chong. Oh, anyway. Oh my God, they're being racist. Oh my God, you guys are so fucking pathetic over there. These guys have become the SJWs because I guarantee you they're gonna claim that they're the victims in all of this. But you guys are triggered libtards. Suffer Mel and Johnny. Stay triggered, bitch. Anyway, so here we have a legend, Majestic Seagull.
Legend.
One of the goats, one of the greatest to have ever fucking done it, goes, hey, Mel, why did you say you haven't had Botox or lip injections when you definitely did? Here comes the revisionist cope from Mel. I didn't say I never got them. I was open about getting them, as well as the reversal. I said I don't have them currently, which is true. I got that long reversed years ago. And Bros Pros comes in. But you, in fact, did say that you didn't. There's screenshots of you saying it. And the tweet reads, lol, nope. I've had 0 plastic surgery and have no fillers or Botox. Definitely the same nose. Get ready for the weasel wording here.
Liar.
did you actually read the screenshot? Never had plastic surgery. Don't have filler or Botox.
Oh, shut up, you lying.
He definitely was trying to be really open and honest about the past work. The past work she had done. She was so open and honest about it, guys. Okay. So here we have a bunch of people are coming after Mel. Here we have Savvy on Twitter. Says this is actually the best video to prove she's had Botox. Look at how she should be expressive here. All these wild face motions should cause scrunching in and around the nose, and her eyebrows should move, but none of them do. Whenever you do go full body acting, almost every frame is going to be one of those silly face frames, but the only silly you get is in blinks. This is max dose Botox face if I've ever seen it. So we're going to show you guys a brief clip of this. Later on, we're going to show you the whole thing. This is now, hold on, guys. Trigger warning. This might be one of the cringiest things you've ever witnessed in your life.
God,
okay.
please,
So just prepare yourselves, guys. This is a real video. This isn't AI. This isn't doctored. This is a real video that Melanie Mac uploaded to the internet. Okay.
That wasn't AI?
Oh, no, this is real.
I thought it was AI.
No, Andy, this shit's real.
I thought it was
This
on
shit's
Saturday.
real, buddy.
I was
my
like, Kino
God.
Grove obviously made an AI of her barking.
She put this up. No. This is her doggy ASMR video.
What?
She did a video pretending to be a dog doing ASMR for the Gooners.
Oh my God.
Here we have your righteous traditional Christian sire.
I swear, I was like, oh, it's obviously AI, but like, Kino Shay or something, right?
Share Goons to this every day. But look at her eyebrows aren't moving.
Whoa.
Like like her face doesn't move. Like there's no scrunches in here. There's nothing up here in the forehead. Like there's obviously major Botox in at the time that this video was taken. Like 100%.
They want this to be the evil pause Andy.
Let's make that a sticker, guys. Let's get some subs for the Melonless Mac sticker, bitch.
This is so unflattering, dude. I'm such an ass.
Sub
Bro.
for Mel. Listen, they're starting to completely break down. By the way, they're really facing nothing at all. Like all that's happened is a couple jabs here and there on Twitter from some A-logs and Brittany Venti asking her some legitimate questions that she completely crashed out and lost her mind about. And it's obvious for everybody to see that she has completely transformed as a person and probably has got work done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's obvious. By the way, we got the virus for 10 subs and 5150 home for the sick for 10 subs.
It's called Mel Dog.
So
Mel
Crack
Dog.
Please here says, what a weird hill to die on. She should have just owned the Botox. People get that like they're taking
Exactly.
Tic Tacs. This is the thing. Nobody even cares that you got Botox
It's the
or work
lies.
done.
It's the fucking
It's
lying.
when you lie and lie and lie, but then you tell everybody you're this righteous Christian warrior
Exactly.
that never lies and never gossips and never, inflames hatred in order to make money. And you're this blameless little fucking angel as you sit up there and scrub and sweep on your hands and knees for a guy who's taking people's channels down because he doesn't like that people make fun of him pooping his pants and simping for you. That's what's actually happening.
Literally.
And all you really have to do is just walk away from this situation like both Hannah Claire or Luke did. But you know that you have no other fucking options because you're married to a homosexual cosplayer with no fucking job and no prospects other than this pathetic fucking grift. Okay.
Is this
And if you
CGI?
guys really were set for the rest of your lives, wouldn't you just walk away from Jer? Obviously, you need this money because you have no other fucking options. Okay. And that's why you're getting treated the way you are. I've tried to be patient with you, Melanie, for months, holding back on you and John. But at a certain point, it starts to take the piss when you try and frame me as a terrorist for laughing at some on the
Retarded,
internet,
bro.
You know what I mean?
Retarded. Fuck
Like you guys
off.
try and play the victim when you guys are out there every day doing drama, gossip, political division. Just shut the up, you babies. Seriously, and just take it like a man or fight back. But instead, it's, oh my God, can you believe that the woke right is doing this to us and the dirty trolls? Just shut the up, bitch. Seriously.
All right, let's continue.
No, the cringe. No. Oh my God. How did she think this was a good idea?
Okay, we're gonna do this. Hang on.
But let's see. Bro, those eyebrows aren't moving,
at
bro.
all. No facial.
Bro, they're
no,
stuck in place.
and
Look,
no eye, upper cheek
this is
movement.
100% Botox. She can't move her face. Okay, so she might be like, okay, well, I'm gonna post a video wiggling my eyebrows now, but there's no doubt that you were Botoxed up at this point, Mel. By the way, like, imagine making the video of you wiggling your eyebrows. Like, to me, it indicates you're guilty and you have something to hide on this because you're trying to damage control it so hard. Look at what she's doing! Oh, man!
That's
okay. So this is the 6-minute clip here from Reardon Steele. We credit him. Just skip ahead past this little intro here.
It's from Billy Madison.
Yes. Okay. So this is back in 2009. Okay, this is one of Melanie's very first videos that she ever did on YouTube, and we're gonna see how she changes over the course of the last 17 years or so. And this is not a natural progression of aging. Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
2 years old. And I have a lot of hobbies and a lot of things that...
Okay, pause. First of all, her voice is completely different. So whatever voice she's doing today is completely put on and performative. It's like her e-girl voice or whatever.
Oh, no.
Where she thinks...
Wait. Ash.
It's completely different.
She's doing boxy here.
Yes. Well, she is doing boxy. She's like, that particular group of women that have clung to that boxy look for the last 20 years. Here's looking at you, Shu. You know what I mean? Sofa Shu on head.
She's so sick of hearing that, probably.
Oh my God. My name is Boxy, but no, Mel decided to make this her identity for the next 20 years of her life. Anyway.
And I have a lot of hobbies and a lot of things that interest me.
I bet.
No, it's boxy. Like, literally the video that Boxy made. Hello?
But she's like a shapeshifter.
Hobby?
Is this not a completely different affect and personality than what we see today? And it's a different face as well, really.
Yeah. But she has the Laura Croft statue, small miniature behind her.
And this is the very first E3 that I will ever have
look at her here.
So as you can imagine.
Like, I'm sorry, but like, she's completely shapeshifted again.
Looks different.
Like, she looks wildly different, just 1 year apart. Like, her face is completely different. Let's continue.
Is she filming from like a killer's basement? What the is this basement? Scary, isn't it?
It is freaky, bro. Well, it's got Jared's favorite thing. It's got the chair there.
Yeah. Back rooms, yeah.
Stoked and pumped and ready. So I want to thank you.
Okay, that laugh still.
Whoa. Okay, that's painful. That's spastic.
God help.
That's totally normal for a 30-year-old woman to act like that. What are you talking about?
Yeah. The cock rooms? Yeah.
Imagine, imagine actually simping for that. Like, imagine, like, there's a few of these guys out here, like the last of the Simpekins for Mel, that actually white knight and simp for this bitch. 10 years past this point, married to a gay man.
Oh. What the f*** is going on? What is going on? What is this?
Finally, another unboxing. You guys have been telling me do more unboxings.
Is
So
her
I'm going
nose
to
not
the
completely different here?
Yes.
Is
yes.
it
No,
not?
her face is different. Yeah.
Like the structure, the shape of her face, her nose, like it's way different 12 years ago. I don't think I'm the only person who thinks this way.
I
at
shouldn't
all.
have put it in slow mo. That screech hurt my ear. I got a headache. God damn.
people at Legendary.
Big Nuts for 10 subs. Big support. Thank you, Big Nuts. We love Big Nuts over here.
Bring it back. What did she say?
All right,
Every saying, did you catch what she said?
Me, do more unboxings. So now I'm going to the awesome people at Legendary sent me a goodie box because they know I'm such a huge Godzilla fan.
Okay. This difference is shocking.
Yeah.
That's not the same person. I don't know what to tell you. It's just not. And like best case scenario, she has so heavily caked makeup onto her face as to just be a completely different
shrunk
person.
her nose.
Like, come on. There's some sort of work on the nose here.
You could see the bridge of the nose. Like it's big, long,
Well,
softer nose.
But she actually looks like more of a human being in the first photograph. Now she's just some like weird amorphous blob e-girl creature. You know what I mean? It's not even a real person.
Okay.
Mac and oh my gosh, what is this?
What
What is
the
this?
fuck?
Oh my goodness, yeah, this is not a wig.
She doesn't even look. It's like a different person each video.
Or this is
Yes.
the real deal.
Every
So,
video, the person looks completely different. So it may just be that we honestly have no idea what she even actually looks like because of how drastically she alters her appearance, right? But like, let's be real. Like when she puts on all this makeup, like 2 pounds of makeup on her face every morning, that's not what she actually looks like. When John has to desperately try and fail to get it up for her and invite the peg in every night, okay?
Okay.
Whole video about this later. But right now, I got other things to do up until Christmas, and then we'll see how it goes and all that
That's
good stuff.
apparently Melanie Mac. I'm sorry. That's not the same. Like, that's bogged. Like, the difference between these videos, every single one, she looks like a different person.
Yeah.
This one's probably the starkest difference between how she looks here and how she looks in 2026. Is it not?
Well, dude,
This
I
is
was saying this
insane.
on the last show. She looks like Scarlett here with the lips and the cheeks, the
Listen,
fakeness of it, you know?
I'm not a Johnny Junkers homo, clavicular, looks max. I don't know plastic surgery. I don't know how to explain what's wrong here. I can just see with my own
Clavicular.
2 eyes that something's clearly wrong here. I'm not going to be able to go, oh, the mandibles have been shaved down a ½ inch or whatever the you know?
So, it's so funny. I'm starting off Vlogmas with this video. Now,
It does
this is
give
something
Laura
I get so
Loomer,
many
doesn't it?
comments
Yes.
on whether, even when I'm streaming, I get asked.
It's just me that, like, this is like Scarlett, in my opinion. The cheeks and the lips are literally like, whatever that lizard face looking is after the Botox, that's what she looks like.
This is something I get so many comments
Her
on.
voice
whether-
is
even when
normal
I'm
there.
streaming, I get asked.
Okay, that's a different person. The lips.
Come on.
Smaller
Look
lips,
at the
big lips.
Yes.
What is
She's
this?
getting massive lip injections. The nose is completely different than it is today. This is obvious stuff.
Wait a minute. Wait. What's this? Did she have a breast reduction surgery?
I honestly don't know.
What is this? What?
Okay, this is so clearly heavily filtered. Like now, at least she's copping
bro, this is
to the
anime.
filter here. But
She's
like, this
anime.
is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Now she's disclosing it's a filter, right? But it's like she looks different every single time you see her, regardless of filters.
A look at a few new games releasing this
Oh
month.
my god. I felt so
And
bad for
again-
this girl. Didn't you?
Starting with Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition. The Definitive Edition brings
She fell off so bad. She was on like
She was on GSTV. Like I think she was like working with Best Buy or GameStop,
Yeah,
one of the
man.
two.
And she
At some
had-
point, she had it all, and now she's just like quartering, victim of Simput or whatever the fuck.
Oh my god, what is this show?
where I bring you some of the
Quartering's
latest
Findom.
and greatest gaming news. First up, let's talk RoboCop.
She
because
ain't what's her name? Sydney, the one from the
Watson?
host of, no, the Sydney,
No,
the host of the Game Awards intro. You know what I'm talking about, right? That girl.
Yeah.
Look at that face. Look at Guapo. Look,
Someone
he's
knows.
got some flesh in his teeth. How cute. Let's see. Fight him, Guapo. Fight him. There he goes. Oh, he got the Barracuda. Oh,
All
my
right.
God.
I think we've probably seen
Guapo
enough.
fights
Hang on,
shark.
let's just do a little. Okay. Okay.
Well, let's look at that comparison.
Okay. Wait, her face is way different.
Yeah. She just looks so
Okay.
different throughout the years.
Tech 25
It's
ASMR.
Epic Bacon Random. What the fuck?
Oof.
Just a total skinwalker. Now she's a musician somehow.
Video. Show me your favorite tattoo. Your first tattoo. I hate please.
By the way, her voice is different in
Yeah.
every clip, isn't it? Like it's a different performative affect.
Please, please, please.
Oh, my gosh.
What the fuck?
Ow.
26? What?
Mm-hmm.
That was a month ago?
Oh, no.
I think he meant to put 25 because
Okay, 'cause I was
September
like,
of 26
yeah.
hasn't happened. Then
Yeah, I was
we're
like,
in
wait, what?
January of 26.
It's the future. Oh my god.
But I do stream here every week, usually at
All right, Mal.
Okay.
Just admit it.
So it's the situation. Just admit to what's going on, right? Here we have, this
God.
guy, this simp. No Botox on your face, please. Leave alone is natural that God created you. Remember, God never changed. Malachi 3:6, and Mal here denying she has Botox. But we're going to see in tandem the many voices of Melanie Mack.
Oh, please.
I would suggest covering your ears. We may mute this.
Okay.
Are so many celebrities who say, I've never had Botox. And while that may be true, you see, Botox is a brand name. That's like saying, I've never had Kraft mac and cheese. Maybe that's true because you've never had the box of Kraft, but have you ever had macaroni and cheese? That is
Okay, look
Here's
at
the
this.
exactly what these celebrities are
eyebrow
doing. You see,
movement.
Botox is a
fact
No,
check.
dude, it's everything is different.
Everything
name.
is different.
Literally.
It's
Who's
a
this?
completely
Who's
different
this?
person.
Who's this person
Do
right
you know
here?
what I'm saying?
That's not even like, what the is that?
It's nowhere near
And
the same
that?
person.
What the
Well, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? What is actually going on?
I can't match. Maybe you could match 19 and 20, maybe? Like these two, maybe with glasses?
Like, are the glasses really making that big of a
like
difference?
Superman, you know?
Botox is owned by Allergan, and it's what's known as a neuromodulator. It basically paralyzes your muscles so that they cannot send signals. And the way that we animate, the way that we move is from our body sending signals that go to our brain and cause a muscle to contract. But if that signal is blocked, we can't contract, and therefore the skin can't wrinkle. But Botox isn't the only
I never want to hear that information.
I know.
again.
I know.
You fucking-
We really need some girl boss queen to break it down for us. Venti's gonna. Well, here she is to save the day. So Brittany Venti, the bully, comes in and says, "Melanie, your tweet was confusing and is bad communication on your end. You complain about the lack of transparency with fitness influencers with how they got their body." Yet you weren't fully transparent about yours and omitted details that mislead people. Is this not fair criticism? Now that's about as good faith as it could possibly be for Brittany Venti. That's not a troll. It's not gilding the lily. It's not being like, you're a plastic bitch. Da, 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 da. Right? So Mel goes, I was very transparent about getting my filler reversed and have it documented on my Instagram. I have no work done on my face at all right now. What I had done was reversed years ago. There is nothing dishonest about that. You are being extremely disingenuous. I think it's Mel that's being extremely disingenuous by pretending not to understand what the criticism actually is here. Okay.
There we go.
So this guy comes in. I really hope this isn't going to turn into another e-girl war. And then Melanie says she will bully a pretty girl any chance she gets. Basically, she's trying to make it out that Brittany's jealous of how beautiful she is. Now, like, Brittany's like 12 years younger than Mel. You know what I mean? And this idea that it's only pretty women that Britt goes after, it's really the exact opposite. Like, Pearl Davis is fugly. Anissa's fugly, Eliza Blue, dirty as like there's a couple others, Chrissy Mayer is right. So it's not that at all, to be honest.
Not that Brittany was bashing Jara as well recently.
Yeah,
not like that have any connection.
So it was only a matter of time before she targeted me, if we're being honest. Like, are you really being targeted? Like, she's just chiming in her opinion about this, right? So I'm just gonna keep making my own stuff and ignore these people.
Yeah,
But you're not ignoring them. You're directly engaging with it to try and control a narrative, probably because you know you are guilty of this stuff and you're trying to cover it up, but there's no simp army to save you this time. So Britt just comes in and mogs her again. Quite the move to flatter yourself like this when your whole controversy is about getting work done. Oh, no, buddy. So Brittany decides to write a essay here. I'm going to explain this in detail, which is not in bad faith. I've been more than fair to you, considering how you supported your boss, the quartering, and denied him taking down channels when you rely on free speech, as well as him constantly stealing content. It's totally righteous. Totally righteous. You did post about the Botox and filler before. The issue is then you saying you have no fillers or Botox after that, which is misleading in that post years later. Anyone new seeing that, which let's be real, is pretty much going to be everybody.
Everyone.
Right? How many people are familiar with Mel's posts from 2018? Yeah. You know what I mean? Is going to assume you never did filler or Botox. You could have said, I've had Botox and filler a long time ago, but other than that, I had no work done.
Honesty.
Easy.
Honesty.
Just be honest,
like,
guys.
why lie?
And that's the thing. Like, if Jer had just been honest from the beginning that his coffee was drop shipped and white label, no one would care. But it's because he lies and doubles down on the lies and challenges people to prove him wrong. And then when he gets proven wrong, he acts really smug and gaslights everybody. That's why you guys are having problems. Because for whatever reason, you believe you're like special and above everybody else, and that the whole world needs to bend over backwards and kiss your asses because you're both delusional narcissists. Let's be real. So she goes, Botox affects how your muscles in your face move long term and how you age even after it wears off, because it can cause unnatural muscle atrophy. You are 40 years old. Ooh. So yes, it is relevant information that you likely caused unnatural muscle atrophy in your face with a chemical. You run a fitness channel and you don't know about the unnatural muscle atrophy Botox causes? Who's bad faith here? Again, you, Melanie, complained that other fitness influencers omit details about how they got their body.
It wasn't just omitting. It was literally saying, I never had. It's like, yo, you call everyone else liars and demons when you're lying. Actually, it's like me saying, okay, someone accusing me of doing coke. And I go, I've never done coke. It's like, no, Andy, you did coke. Like, you can't, like,
yes,
I've never done it. I swear to God. No, I did it back in the day, but now I'm not. That's like lying, bitch. Dumb bitch.
So she eventually gets blocked by Melanie Mack. Melanie Mack says she has no work done. People find out Melanie Mack said she had filler and Botox before. Point out to Melanie why her saying she has no work done lacks transparency. Calls me bad faith and just jealous of pretty girls. Explaining great detail why her lack of transparency is hypocritical, since she complains when fitness influencers do the same thing, end up getting blocked. So Mel just can't handle it, has to hide in her hug box with the non-existent simps. Oh, wait, now Toby Turner! Old Tavuscus is finding out the truth about Melanie Mack's plastic past, buddy.
Whoa!
Oh,
cool.
no! Suffer Mel, suffer Jan.
Isn't Toby's like reaction so like strange and like an alien's like, whoa, cool. Like, what do you mean by
No,
that?
it really is. Like he's like cryogenically frozen in a different time and place. But breaking news, woman attempting to convince online trolls she's unbothered accidentally reveals a bald spot. More at 11. If we go to the next slide, we can see it even closer up. She's bald. Look at that. Is it a hair extension issue? What's going on there, Mel? There's a bald spot.
But she has to have hair extensions, right?
Yes. There's no doubt those are hair extensions, right?
No.
Oh, hair extension exposed alert. Oh, no. She's wearing wigs. Okay. So this is one of the saddest, most desperate and pathetic videos I've ever seen, where she's so desperately trying to come across as unbothered and flourishing, but she's clearly bothered. She's clearly upset. Otherwise, she wouldn't be making this video in the first place. But she thinks that it's such a big deal as to whether or not she had this procedure or not, that she has to come down from the high and holy mountain of preaching the gospel to enlighten us all of us plebeians, as to whether or not she had Botox or not. It's very embarrassing because she says that everybody pushing this is a disingenuous, bad faith troll. So why would you then engage with people who are disingenuous and bad faith and give them exactly what they want, Mel? It's almost as though you know it's not disingenuous and bad faith, and you're coping and trying to control the narrative and failing badly. Let's have a look.
Of Botox, even though I don't. And I've been telling people I don't. But they say because my eyebrows don't move.
Go ahead. Wiggle the eyebrows for us.
Oh, no.
She's going to do it. She's going to do it for us.
No.
Oh, it's Lol Cow. No. Oh, here we go. Lol Cow alert. Lol Cow alert. Dance, monkey, dance.
We won.
Oh, we're making you dance. And we're puppeteering and we're making you dance now. You know, that's where you're at. We got you on strings, bitch. You're so desperate to control how the internet perceives you, but you have no power over it. You and Johnny Junkers are impotent as what you got to go kung fu fighting. I'll kick your ass on the internet. Oh, we're so scared, John. Oh, we're so scared. He's a tough guy.
You just don't really see them like this that often.
Oh my God, this is so cringe. Look at her go.
Oh wait, she's proving the opposite.
Oh my God.
Sure, there's just some wrinkles up here, but when you put your eyebrows up, your whole
she's
forehead,
forcing those eyebrows
your
up.
whole forehead should have
Straining.
lines. She's missing the lines down here. She only has them up here.
I don't frown.
That's where Botox would
Hardly
be.
She's so seething, you can
But
tell.
anyway, people are gonna lie on you no matter what.
No, you're gonna lie on my name. You're gonna lie on me. Who?
Shut up, bitch.
Who cares?
If you have
Who
any sort
cares?
of presence on the internet or anything like that, or even in general, people are going to lie on you. And now the
So then why are you so concerned about it?
Hair extension alert.
Hair extension alert. So now she's using her cat as a human shield to
yeah.
deflect from the criticism about her plastic
cat's
surgery.
way cuter. Both my cats are way cuter.
Your cat's cuter than her cat. Your cat's cuter than hers. Softful
a
Mel.
thing instead of just replying to haters, because
It's a
I
cute
try
cat,
to tell people you don't reply to haters or correct their lies.
Okay,
So
what are you doing
now? What are you
doing? So they got to you because it wasn't a lie, and you're having to come out here and cope about it.
because
That's
when
what's
you-
happening.
Right?
They'll just make up 10 more. So even when they see this, they'll make up more, or they'll say my eyebrows can move more, so that must
That's
mean
right.
Yes.
Sophomel, the goalposts are being. By the way, she didn't prove anything with what she did. at all.
But she admitted.
But
It was on video. She did get
But if
Botox.
you know that everybody, if it is really, as you say, everybody's trolling and they're disingenuous, like no amount of evidence will satisfy them. So why are you even doing this? Like, who is this for? This is because you're upset and you're going to lash out at other people online because you don't like what they're saying. That's what this is.
Buddy.
Talks like they're just gonna, I don't know what the next thing is gonna be. So I just know that God didn't give me this platform for me
Shut
to
the fuck
Like
you
the,
bitch.
the
God
delusions
giving
of
you
grandeur.
YouTube.
Like, just stop. We're really meant to believe that it's in God's grand plan, the master of the universe, for Melanie Mac to be famous on the internet. Like,
who else has a YouTube channel? Satan worshippers? Did God have a plan?
You know
to
what I mean?
platform
Is
a-
God's plan for Styx to have the platform,
Right?
or Amazing Atheist, or Thunderfoot, or whatever? You know what I mean?
Oh my God! Leave God out of the YouTube algorithm.
all arguing with liars.
Even the cat looked up like, look at him.
The cat's like,
He's
bitch,
like-
are you all
he's
right?
like, turn this video off. Can I go? Like, please.
Get some
So
help.
I'm-
Well, because this is also on Sunday morning. So this is by the way, this is the first thing she did in the morning.
No church,
before she
huh?
went to church. That's the thing. Did you even go to church on Sunday?
Yeah,
now?
I'm sure she did.
Or what happened there? And this was uploaded at 11 in the morning on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Most people are either already at church, going to church, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
or leaving church. But she's sitting there with a full face of makeup on at 11 in the morning, recording a video wiggling her eyebrows to prove the haters wrong on the Lord's Day.
Ridiculous.
Going to. And I know some of my followers and stuff, like, they mean well, but they sometimes they get upset if I don't, like, call out the haters more. Like, they will,
they
you know,
won't.
they will
Do
actually
they?
send me stuff
This is
to
ridiculous.
call out. And it's like, I don't want to do that.
Then what are you
that's
doing
not
right
what
now?
I'm here to do. It's just
What are you
arguing
doing
with
right
people.
now?
I'm not
That's
a
what you're
drama
doing,
channel.
though.
Yeah.
You are, though.
I
You
don't
are a
do
drama
that
channel.
gossip stuff.
You do gossip and drama. That's entirely what all of your content and all of Quartering's content is. For you guys to pretend you don't do drama or gossip is just so disingenuous and so bad faith. And they can't explain how them doing it is somehow better than what we do. Especially when it comes to Quartering, there's really not a leg to stand on. When you look at the Brie Larson stuff, the Jack Murphy stuff, it's just constant with him. So they need to just shut the up.
So that's not what I'm going to do. For me, I just want to, talk about Jesus. I want to...
Then quit the Jer show.
You know, just walk away from it then and talk about Jesus. But talking about Jesus doesn't get you any views or any money. So you're not really interested in it. By the way, I'll be honest, like, she's lower than Groomer Fist when it comes to this. At least Razor Fist tries to learn some of the religion. And when he reads a Bible verse on his Grifter channel there, he'll try and give the context of the verse or the lesson that he's trying to convey through the verse. Mel just turns her Bible to some random passage and reads it. And like, it's like, oh, wow. It's like, you want to tell us what you think the insight is from this passage? What's the lesson we can apply to our lives? How it's edifying? No? Okay. So to me, it's just a total grift. You know, and she just doesn't seem to have any true grounding in any sort of theology or any sort of doctrine whatsoever. She just thinks it's enough to claim that you're a Christian. But I'll tell you, the people who are serious about religion aren't like that, you know?
to share things that I like. And sometimes we gotta call out evil stuff that goes on in the world, but
is it
we have to
really
make sure that
evil?
we're not-
Like, we're at the point where it's evil to speculate on whether or not this woman had plastic surgery or not. Is it actually?
How is
like,
that
are you
evil?
gonna?
No, you know
Like,
what's evil?
you
Is
know,
you
like,
lying about it when you.
It's
like
so embarrassing. These people are evil and they're possessed by demons because they said that maybe I got Botox when I'm on camera getting injected with Botox.
right? Like, come on.
doing that out of bitterness. out of anger.
You're doing this out of bitterness and anger.
That's not from God. So.
What?
Yeah.
Get ready.
I'm doing my best, and I guess that's all I can do. But I'm gonna get ready for church.
You're gonna get ready for church. Are you wearing that to church? Your bare shoulders and tattoos showing in your choker at church. She didn't go to church that Sunday.
Oh
Come
my gosh.
on. Come on. But it's like right before you go to church, like, shouldn't your mind be focused on Christ, his sacrifice for you, the grand plan of redemption, that his blood can take away your sins? Shouldn't that be like what you're focused on Sunday morning, instead of whether or not trolls on the internet are making fun of your Botox and whether you can move your eyebrow? Just some food for thought there, guys. But here we have Mel's ASMR video, the full thing. Do we really want to watch this?
God, please.
Oh my God. Here we go. Gooner alert. Gooner alert. She's definitely against gooning, though, guys.
Okay, I can't. No.
Oh my
Listen,
God,
wait, Ash,
no.
we'll watch this.
Man. Imagine
Ash,
having
wait.
to answer to Jesus for making this. Mel.
Always.
What are you
never
gonna
let
tell
us watch.
Jesus?
You never let us watch the review tech one, so we're not watching this until
All right, let's go to the Jer miscellaneous.
Oh.
Let's go to the Jer miscellaneous folder. Let's start off with quartering here.
Okay.
So I so desperately just wanted to have a nice, relaxing weekend. You know, I had NFL preseason starting up. I had CFL Toronto Argonauts game to watch. I had the UFC fights later that night. But it's every single weekend now on a cycle. It's like Batman and the Joker tier cringe retardation. We're destined to do this forever, every weekend, where Jer says tries to play the victim, and I have to come in and slap him down. But this time I was like, everything's going great. I've got my chicken wings. I've got my pizza. You know, I'm getting excited. It's, you know, the first quarter's just happened in the Argos game. The second quarter starts. And I start to get the alerts on my phone. Start to see people adding me on twitter.com. Jeremy's at it again, guys. Jeremy's at it again. I just was opening my 7th family-sized bag of chips at the start of the second quarter. I had my chip dip ready and everything. And I go, motherfucker, you couldn't give me not even one weekend. Not even one weekend, you fat cock. You motherfucker, you poop pants. So here's Jer playing the victim again about the exact same guy that he played the victim about 2 weeks ago, that he played the victim about back in April. This one unhinged, right? Mm-hmm. So Jer goes, this lunatic from Canada sent about 100 of these yesterday. Anyway, try some of our coffee this weekend, available on the website. So it's like, oh my God, guys, I'm under attack from a terrorist from Canada. He's going to come and kill me and my family. By the way, be sure to buy some coffee. Whoa, bro, it sounds like you're really concerned about your safety, right?
That's ridiculous. Shut the
But just look at, so he's getting these emails from this guy every day, right? Now, mind you, he's been getting these emails, these Facebook messages, and, you know, they're like creepy or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But he's still friends with the guy on Facebook, won't block him, won't block the guy on email, to the point where this guy is telling him to just block him. So he goes, hey, Jer, how are you F-slur? Just here to hope you drop dead and your business burns to the ground, you I'm going to clog up your inbox, just like you clog your toilet. Learn to block or the messages will not stop. So he's directly telling you what you have to do.
He's like, block me.
Just block the guy, Jeremy.
Where's the threat that he clogs his toilet?
This is the thing, right? It's like, okay, oh my God, heaven forbid, we all get messages like this from fucking lunatics
mean
all the
message.
time. I remember when
Buddy.
I first started making fun of Ralph, some guy DM me, said, if I see you on the streets, I'm gonna fuck you up. It's on
that
site.
shit all the time.
You know what I
Fucking
mean?
give
And
me a
you just ignore this shit because it's not actually serious until like you given reason to think it's serious. Here's the thing.
100 messages.
Usually, by the way, if a psycho is coming to hurt you and your family, they don't tell you. Do you think that Buddy who was shooting Trump in Butler, did he warn Trump he was coming to do it? You know what I mean?
You 100 messages in one day and you're not blocking? You're asking to be A-logged.
But this is
What do you
is what's
mean?
crazy, right? A lot of you in chat are saying the same thing, and I'm saying the same thing. He blocked me over a lot less.
Yo,
right?
You're right.
So this is the thing. He sees this to his advantage to receive these messages from these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out that Quartering's capos were out there communicating with this guy, gassing him up, telling him to say all this crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
We covered this a few weeks ago, promoting his live stream before he went live, where he said all of this unhinged stuff so that they could try and use it as an optical point against Keno Casino. Okay. Now those guys snaked Jer, leaked a bunch of DMs, and they've revealed that Jeremy never actually called the police on this guy. So when a few weeks ago he said he contacted the police in Canada,
FBI.
He contacted the FBI, the police in Canada. He lied. He never contacted the police because he doesn't actually want this to stop, because he wants to claim victim status so he can try and use this to silence his critics. Nobody condones Jeremy getting threatening emails or phone calls or anything like that. Nobody's encouraging anything like that. What I encourage people to do is to use their words to make fun of Jeremy, to criticize his various lies and expose his various scams and schemes.
Simple.
That's it. That's all we say. That's all Don says. Don Flurgandy. That's all Luther Morgan says.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's just very disingenuous and bad faith what these guys are doing. And we know now 100% it was a gay op because Jeremy's own associates snaked him. Okay. But let's continue along here. Okay. So here he says dealing with the Canadian police from America is suboptimal. And this is just a lie. He never contacted the Canadian police, at least from what he's talking to his confidants on Twitter DMs about.
Yes, exactly.
And on Discord about.
By the way, if someone sends you a death threat with their face and their open emails and all this stuff, you know the police would be on that in like a day. They'd be like, oh, we have the evidence right here. It's done.
Well, and it's a charge in Canada. I don't know if it is in America to utter death threats.
No, it is.
It is a charge.
Yes.
And then there's video evidence of it.
It's not like
get
it's
him
like a
charged,
secret or
get him
like-
arrested or whatever. But none of this ever took place because he wants to play the victim and use this as a chip to try and argue his case on the internet. It's insane.
Yeah, they take it very seriously. It's a felony in America. It's a felony to do that. Of course it is.
Okay. So then Mel comes in on her high horse, just calling the kettle black. It's time to look in the mirror. It's time to get some self-awareness, Mel. She goes, gossip slop channels. You mean the Quartering? I mean, just look at what Quartering's latest videos are. Okay,
let's pop it open.
Let's just have a look at some of Quartering.
This.
Let's just have a look at some of Quartering's latest videos that he's put out recently. Okay. So
here we go.
First of all, we have Alex Jones is mad at me. That's like complete gossip drama.
Look at the views.
Is it not? Look at only 7,000 views on that, by the way, in 4 hours on a 2 million subscriber channel. Look at this one. Hollywood killed her. Hollywood kills Hayden Panettiere. Okay, that's gossip. Is that not? That's like TMZ gossip.
Wasn't it like a OD or something?
Yeah. We're talking about Tim Pool storms out. Tim Pool explodes. Is that not drama? Is that not gossip? Right? Got Muslim takeover U.S. airport. Okay. So exploiting divides around religious and ethnic lines for profit. McDonald's busted. Whoa, guys, this is some hard-hitting investigative journalism, right? This isn't slop. That's not slop, right? That's not slop at all. Okay.
Oh my God.
There we go. You know what I mean? So they're manipulating mentally ill and autistic people. It's like, listen, remove the plank from your eyes, guys. It's not fabricated at all.
Your show.
It's literally, we watch the show and we make comments and speculation and jokes about the show. Nothing is being made up. Luther dots every I and crosses every T when it comes to the coffee company and his investigation. And he posts corrections, even when it's very minor. Even when I go, is it really necessary to post a video correcting where you got this very minor detail wrong? Luther does it. Luther is in very good faith when it comes to the investigation about the coffee company. All we do is point at you guys and laugh. But listen, if you want to apply this standard to yourselves, go ahead. But you got to stop making videos about the race war, the Muslim takeover of America, how God hates homosexuals. Because when you do stuff like that, you're doing the exact same thing. And then some mentally ill nutcase might do something, right? So just shut the up. It's time to stop.
There's you on your Saturday morning.
So this is
afternoon.
I have to sit here, you know, I'm still in the first half of my football. You couldn't even get a full half of the CFL game in, right?
Only a quarter.
Jeremy, you are on the internet acting like everyone on the internet acting inevitably encounters other who act. Stop engaging and trying to farm sympathy. This is embarrassing, and I have sports ball to watch. Thanks.
Wow.
Just very simple, because that's what's going on.
Yo, that's so funny.
Please, just one weekend without a crash out. But this is a legitimate depiction of what happened to me this Saturday afternoon as I was trying to watch the football game. You know, very flattering. They actually,
wow.
I know, buddy. They actually, you know, they made me look a lot thinner than I normally am in the photograph. Very, very flattering there. Then Dawn comes in and spanks his ass. We do this every weekend now. Me and Dawn and Luther and the boys, Keno Grove. Wait, Quartering. I thought you said you got him arrested already. Uh-oh, caught in another lie. And good riddance if he does end up getting arrested for what he said. What if Brie Larson posted all the insane death threats she got while you were making fun of her? But you are deathly afraid as you keep constantly telling the public exactly when and where they can find you, your wife, and even your own mother multiple times per week. Get a grip and log off already. Seriously.
Yeah.
Then I just point out, he could just block the guy, move on with his glamorous multimillionaire lifestyle, but he has to farm this for victim status because he flags people's channels down and people make fun of him for it. Also, I thought he already contacted the cops last week. Another lie.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. This guy now, Kiwi Farms, staged an intervention for the guy. So it got to the point where, you know, the A-logs, the Quartering haters did what Jer says everybody should do. They policed their own, right? They came in, they did an intervention with this guy. He admitted he was being groomed by Quartering's acolytes to say this stuff. He was being manipulated. He never actually wanted to hurt Jeremy. He disavows his past statement. He says he's not going to make any statements like that in the future. He's going to stop messaging Quartering, all this sort of thing. So the whole narrative is now dead, Jer. Your gay ops are exposed. You look like a idiot. And all we had to do is literally nothing because it all blew up in your face.
I only
anyway.
found out Sunday night this all happened because I was busy this weekend. I
wanted to be busy this fucking
Ashton
weekend,
texts
buddy.
me, he's like, this I couldn't have a day. And I'm like, what happened? I go on Twitter. I'm just like, oh no. No.
Jer, by the way, now Jer has the worst idea I think he's ever had. Let's have a look at this. Quartering says, I would love to play poker with my viewers. If you are interested, I can DM you a link to play. So he's just addicted to getting
Let's
felt.
go!
He's like, buddy, are you for real, Jer? What a buddy. Oh man.
Dawn and Luther versus the Quartering. with PPP
Let's
dealing.
go.
And I'll be the, you know, like the.
All right.
the
Let's have a
announcer.
quick look through Quartering's Friday show, because he did do a show on Friday.
Really?
Where he showed up hours late to the debate.
God.
And, you know, in the middle of the debate, he starts streaming it and really provides nothing of value. But there's a few golden moments here of him coping and seething and doing self-promotion. Let's have a look.
I like how he added nothing of value. Like that wasn't implied.
It really is, isn't it? You don't even have to say it.
Able to tell you this, and you say, well, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to report that to the feds. And then I go, what's your evidence?
Well, you should have some.
Whoa, hang on, it's a bit loud.
Hey, wait a minute, Jer. Should you have some evidence of the red F-150 or the people showing up to your house or all the swattings that you claimed happened or the threatening phone calls? You don't seem to have any of that. You just have some guy who your own capos were grooming him into saying unhinged shit to you. You have one guy acting like a on the internet who's now disavowed his actions and apologized. That's what you had. So can we see some of the evidence of all the other stuff that you've claimed, bud? Can we see that?
Got the information, and I gave the information that I got from.
I reported a guy to the police who uploaded a.
No, you didn't.
Liar,
no,
liar.
you didn't. Your own acolytes have come out and said that they're frustrated with you because you didn't contact the police, even though you solicited this guy's docs and got his docs from your acolytes. You're in DMs doing gay ops, getting this guy's docs, and then you didn't even have the balls to actually report him to the police because you didn't want the harassment to stop. You wanted it to continue so you could play the victim. So even those people are sick of your Jer.
That's actually insane. And accuse us of being like terrorists. and
Yeah.
Video and said he was going to slit my throat. What's your evidence? The video of him saying he's going to slit my throat.
I just want to make sure I got
Okay.
Oh,
Why
no.
did you not submit it to the police?
Yeah, dude. Why not?
So now Jer's just broke the stream like a and doesn't know how to fix it.
Oh, no.
By the way, can I say add one thing? It came out where this guy lives, but he said he came from my city just to frame me for like being like,
yes.
What the
Yes.
fuck? He doesn't live anywhere near me, Jerry. Everybody's like, oh, and he's
No.
like saying my city name, exactly where I live. It's like,
Well, Deep Sea Garden's right, because if he
doxing me.
reported it to the police, he'd have to answer the simple question, why not just block the guy?
Yes.
But rather than block a guy, which is the first thing that anyone normal would do, and which Jer does routinely on Twitter when people bring up good points that own him, the guy decided he was going to involve international police as step one, but didn't
Yeah.
even actually
and then
do that.
say he lives right next to me. Like, what a
Yeah.
fucking piece of shit.
Oh.
By the way, he's still his Facebook friend, as far as I know.
Yeah. Oh,
What
yeah, probably
happened?
still is. What happened? What happened?
Oh, it doesn't like that. I have it live on the other side.
What an incompetent buffoon. So
Hold on
now,
a second.
by the way, he's just on his phone rather than fixing the stream. So why would you watch Quartering's version instead of the actual version that won't be broken, that the guy streaming it doesn't even care to fix because he has to text people that's more important? Really?
Unpause, by the way, for the audio.
Look at this. It's just complete dead air. There's no debate happening. You have one job. Play the debate and shut the up. And he can't even do that to try and collect shekels.
Hold on.
This lazy
is it paused?
bum. He just gave up. He just gave up on broadcasting the debate to just text on his phone and stare off into silence.
Hold on.
Yeah, we're holding. Yeah,
I mean,
hold
we're
on.
holding on. Everybody has already abandoned the stream to go watch the actual debate at this point, no?
Well, yeah, of course. Who watched Jared?
Well, you have no
cover it?
choice but to hold on. No one did. He had 20 viewers before the bots kicked in.
Hold on.
Bro! Are you kidding? By the way, this was at like one of the high moments of tension in the debate where Andrew was like really trying to press Candace and she was kind of floundering. Like this is one of Jer's biggest moments in the debate for Andrew's side. And he completely missed this whole thing because he's a idiot. It's unbelievable. Just hit the play
How
button.
is this real?
Bro.
Is it?
Why does he keep going home?
Tell you where it came from.
By the way,
Like I said,
Wait,
okay.
fucking you.
It's live. It's not like you can't pause a live thing because you're not caught up, you fucking tard.
Explain it to you. I can't understand
Did
it
that
for
same
you. So if
higher
you-
Look, I get death threats all the time.
Oh my God.
Some actionable, like this idiot in Canada's getting arrested.
Then why didn't you take action?
Arrested,
Because
sure.
his acolytes are saying he didn't take action. He refuses to address that, by the way.
Yeah,
But
Like,
can he provide proof he took action?
most of them are
Because he never did.
unactionable. And I have called the FBI before.
Your team wants
Why is the volume all
By the way,
destroyed?
there's no evidence you ever contacted